Charlotte Motor Speedway. They're lean, they're mean, they're 5 to 7 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. The Coast to Coast Racing League 350A Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and the 360 Sprint Cars. It is the day that we've been looking forward to all year long. Championship night for the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals, the granddaddy of them all, here at the sprint car capital of the world, the virtual Knoxville Raceway in Knoxville, Iowa. Who will make their way into the A-Main, and who will be called Knoxville Nationals champion forever? We will find out in just a couple of hours. This coverage of the Knoxville Nationals for the Coast to Coast Racing League brought to you by our friends at Westbrook Farms. Who is going to take this one here? We are moments away from finding out. We're glad you could join us here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Marty Zakala with you alongside Dean Reynolds and Zach Chapman, checking with Brandon Dittmer in just a moment, and maybe even Robert Hill Jr. Zach, biggest week of the year. What are the vibes going on for each of the drivers at this point?
Well, everybody at the end of the day, I think Dino could attest, we'd all love to win this thing, but at the end of the day, we got to keep that charity vibe, man. It's all about putting money in that bank here to send to the Steve King Foundation. I mean, just today, I know Devo put a $100 bid. I put one, or Ross did, not Devo, excuse me. Ross Corinna, I did as well, so there's an extra 200, and man, just hopefully, it just keeps flowing, and guys stay positive tonight. Well, hopefully, I know we talked to Rick Main too. Hopefully, for your guys' sake, we get some long green flag runs. Don't want a lot of cautions tonight either.
Dean, I gotta say, you've done a heck of a job this week in putting this all together along with the rest of the admins, as well as getting everything set up regarding grids and stuff like that. It's gonna be a great way to go out with a bang this week.
I tested what Shaggy said about it's all for the charity, the Steve King Foundation. But I don't know, Shaggy. What does it say on your shirt on the bottom?
Let's see. For all the drivers here, and you know
Yeah,
what? I'll say it. Shit, I want to win.
Yeah, Shaggy, shit, I want to win, man.
Yeah, that's what some of the drivers
amen.
are thinking.
I didn't stay here all week not to. I mean, I spent some time doing it, and I know it's an uphill battle with a lot of great drivers, but man, I want to win this thing.
Hey, those are the greatest 5 words ever said at the Knoxville Nationals. So, getting set to go. Our C main will begin in just a couple of moments as they're finishing up here warm-ups. We'll be going green.
Just said about a minute he's going to advance.
All right, sounds good. About a minute from now, we'll take 5 into the B main and then 4 to our A main later on here tonight. Your history of Knoxville Nationals winners: Brandon Schultz won the inaugural one back in 2020. 2021 was Kyle Moonen, Patrick Spangler 22, Blake Chapman 23, and Patrick Spangler the only repeat Knoxville Nationals champion in 2024. Well, we are set to go here with our C main. Let's meet the field and get you your starting lineup for this. As on the pole, you've got Logan Wentz. In the number 18 to his outside, it's Butters. Jason Butterfield. Fellas, he's in the 93 this evening. Row number 2, Barry Goldner in car number 36. To his outside, it's Doc himself. Mike Watson in the 006. Row 3, the captain, Gary Taylor in car 34. To his outside, David Tormasci in the 313. And the final row this evening, the professor himself, G.J. Boydell, the 014. And the low-line master, Brennan Lacey, rounds out the grid in the 114. Zach, we were watching Brennan Lacey all throughout night number 1. He was one of the favorites out there to get a good starting spot for the Knoxville Nationals, but pretty much just about had a wreck in every session on Monday night. So he's looking to play some soup this evening.
Yeah, he's going to need some luck to go his way. I mean, we do have a racy track. I'm out here right now doing the test drive. I'm going to try to see how much quicker Brennan is than me. Going to line up behind him. But if anybody can do it, he can do it. I mean, taking 5, that's a whole different ball game with Andy missing. Having 5 go is a lot better than 4, and I think Lacey will do just fine here.
Our first race here of the night. We'll take the top 5 here into our B main. And we're ready for a good one. If you're watching on the Coast to Coast Racing Network or Slide Job Racing Network, give us a hello. Let us know who you're rooting for. Skronxy's checking in. Megan, as always, is checking in. Probably rooting for her favorite driver in the field, and that, of course, is Anthony Morano later tonight.
Scott Rayom.
Oh, yeah, no, it is Scott Rayom. Rick Main checking in with a little bit of devil ears, and Diavolo says, "Let's go racing, boys and girls," and that's what we're about to do. In the words of Tony Bachhoven, ladies and gentlemen, let's go racing here in Knoxville.
Logan Wentz, I think he forgot what the gas pedal was.
I think he didn't hear me enough. Around goes Tomashi in the 313. He's hooked with Brennan Lacey. The 114 goes through without any issues. We stay under the green flag, though. Lap at the line led by Jason Butterfield. Doc Watson is second. Logan Wentz third. Barry Goldner fourth. Gary Taylor all over him for that spot, though.
That's huge, though, guys. If they stay clean, no caution, Brennan Lacey is not going to be able to run this thing down. That is back there.
Yep. He's going to need a yellow.
Watson trying to throw the slide job there, takes the lead. Jason Butterfield up on the wall. Logan Wentz trying to take advantage of it, and the Steve King Foundation 118. Captain Fafo moves up to second, and that may be what he needs. Jason Butterfield up on the wall in turn number 4. Brennan Lacey's through to 6th. And I don't know what happened with the 93. I saw him catch the wall, and he may have damaged the right front, guys.
Yeah, he couldn't get it off the wall. He was trying, and it just sucked him right in.
So Gary Taylor's got the final spot. Brennan Lacey needs to make up 2.2 seconds with 11 laps to go. Now that we had Jason Butterfield get the wall, I think, Dean, that Brennan may have a chance. Race for third, meanwhile. Boydell past Barry Goldner. Wentz trying to grab the lead off of Watson off of 2.
Yeah, I think there's enough laps for Brennan to get there. He's just got to keep on hitting his marks, not not overdrive. He knows what he can do, and just dig and dig and dig and dig. And then these guys here that are in the top 5, they just shouldn't even try racing each other.
Slide job City early here. Ooh, Taylor and Golder touch racing for 4th. Lacey's cut the gap down to 2 seconds as we work lap number 8 of 15. Golder a little bit too sideways there off of turn 2. The captain low slider there on the 36. Barry Golder's turn to hang on here. Still watching though this race for the lead here, Zach. It's been pretty much slide job city between the tops 2.
Yeah, and like I say, I'm out here test driving. I'm getting a pretty good view of it. They're pulling away from me while they're throwing these sliders. So, yeah, I got a long night here, boys. They are quick out front.
And now G.J. Boydell trying to become a factor. The professor trying to go to work. He started 7th here in our C main this evening. Wentz, good exit there. A lower exit off for turn number 4. Let's check. Brendan Lacey sees Barry Golder. The gap down to a half second. Lacey tries the slider. 5 laps to go. Dean, he's got time.
He's just got to keep on hitting his marks, and then, and then hopefully get through clean. But he's got Barry right in front of him. And here he goes.
He's pulled up even with the 36. Can Lacey throw the slider on his teammate? Nearly puts him on the wall. Brendan Lacey is through the fence. And now it's Barry Golder's turn to hang on. Drivers put a lap on David Tormashi, who'd have missed the show. 3 wide for the race lead off at 2, Zach.
Yeah, they are battling, and it's hard to believe, I guess every spot really does matter. You want everything, but right now, they're going to make the show, so you got to behave. Only 2 to go.
The top 2 are battling for the win like we're already in the 47-lap A-main. Watson in front of Logan Wentz. Diving underneath, though, the 118 for the race lead. They're door-to-door, white flag waves, 1 lap to go. It was Watson at the line. Who takes the next time by? Off of turn 2, Watson and Wentz both get a little bit sideways. Who wants to win the C-main battle? Slide job, Logan Wentz, and Watson has to get out of the binders. Logan Wentz, Doc Watson, give it to Logan Wentz. Oh, baby, 4,000ths of a second. The Knoxville Nationals Championship night has kicked off with a bang. Wentz, Watson, Boydell, Lacey, Gary Taylor all will race in the B main in just a little bit. And we'll have to stand by as well on provisionals that we may receive. Dean Reynolds has been keeping track of everything.
Yeah, right now just the top 5 will go to the B. Nothing, because Greg Boydell does have a provisional coming, but he made it. And then unfortunately for Barry, David, and Jason, their Knoxville Nationals are done.
Top of Knoxville Raceway there, you see there, beautiful racetrack. Margin of victory, 9,000ths of a second. Oh, man. That's a heck of a race there. Let's bring in your race winner, Logan Wentz, and just talk with him real quick. Logan, how much fun was that race between you and Doc? That's basically the answer right there. He and Watson were just going at it, trading slide job after slide job. With just
Yeah,
that was a great impersonation.
Thank you. Go ahead, Logan. The mic is yours.
That was quite fun, throwing slider for slider all 15 laps. But it was just fun racing clean.
Did you learn anything special that could maybe possibly help you out later on tonight?
I don't think so. The track was really tacky. It was kind of just hammered down the whole time. So we'll see how the night goes on.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
First off, the Coast to Coast for putting this on, and you guys for putting these broadcasts together. The boys over at FTM, Castleberry Flagstone, Super Dirt Car Series, and Dean up there with you guys. Vertex Graphics for doing all my designs, and everybody at home for watching.
All right, sounds good. B-Man, your race is starting to be gridded in just a little bit. I know our admins are working on loading up the back of the field. So, Logan, congratulations. We'll see if you pull off some soup in just a bit.
We're going to try.
So once your C main winner, again, B main, get ready. Your race should be getting set up here in just a moment. We're going to step aside, take our first break of the night on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Gets on the champion, trying to be a bit of a
hiatus, so let's get right when we talked about it.
Outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive. So having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately, they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
Back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network as we get set to go for our 22-lap B main in just a moment. Top 4 drivers will transfer in to the big show. We'll welcome you back here inside our broadcast booth. Marty Sakala, Dean Reynolds, Zach Chapman, Brandon Dittmer with us. I see the gun show is still continuing here throughout this entire week.
Right here.
Yeah, I don't have any on my end, so.
Tonight's in honor of Hulk Hogan, baby.
There you go.
Now you just got to rip the shirt off, so.
Yeah, I don't have the power for that.
If he wins tonight, he will rip that shirt off.
Yes. There you go. So, hey, we need to give a shout out as well while we are at it here. We were just brought this up about it. Some of our provisionals in the field. Andy Patton, I believe, had the
Volunteers win.
Yeah, the Volunteers provisional. Yeah, Andy beat Dino Tuesday night in the Volunteers race, and the General actually elected to give it up to our former fearless leader, but also a man that did so many great things with Coast to Coast, and that, of course, is the Bassman Roger Craig. Great. I gotta give Andy a lot of sportsmanship for that. That's dedication there.
Roger was very instrumental in getting the Westbrook family to back the event with their sponsorships as well. So Roger had a big part in the event too.
Yeah, and you and I know that the Westbrook family has been very important to us all at Coast to Coast, not just the entire family, but also supporting Dylan when he's racing at Ohsweken Speedway or anywhere else from time to time with the 360 or 410. So, guys, we're getting set to go here for the B main. Zach, you're racing in this. How's the track right now?
Oh, too fast. Too fast for me. I think you see I'm at the top of the charts, but that was I got to go out there first. I definitely need this track to slick off a little more here. Maybe get a top side for some guys to where I can still try to finesse the bottom, but we'll see how it goes. Still plenty of time.
So while we are waiting, get this 22-lap B main underway, let's check in with the chat. Oh, Megan actually said go Scotty.
There you go.
Diavolo says Lacey can't catch a break, but hey, he made it in. Jeff Kemper says let's go to the slower Chapman. So Kemper rooting for Shaggy. And then Butters said he had a black one, the green flag, so I wouldn't have made it either way. The wall just figured it might as well take me out. So he must have gotten a black flag for something. I can't recall for what. So
I think I saw it. I don't know if Wentz didn't go or Butters kind of jumped the start, but he was way out ahead of Logan when they crossed the line. So
basically,
Logan,
it was either one or the other.
I think Logan stumbled from the way it looked. I think, because I heard the green in my ears because I'm in as a spectator, and they went when they said it. But that's all good. Logan still came back and got his win.
Absolutely. So let's check in with some drivers here this evening. See who we can bring in. And first driver I want to bring in is the guy Steven Fernberg, past Rebels champion. Steven, it's Marty and the Boot Boys up here. Got a copy.
Yeah, I got a copy.
Special week for as a whole here for Coast to Coast. Right now, from your perspective, how's it been?
Oh, it's been really good. This is a great event. I love doing these events. I almost didn't do it this year, but Goose couldn't make it, so I took his spot.
It's been great, though, as a whole, not just having you this week, but also having you back in the series entirely. I know you've taken some time off recently, but last season we saw you back in the Rebels, got a Rebels championship out of it. Now we see you pretty much on a regular basis on Monday nights.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to be back. I want to start running more of the other series. Just time conflictions right now. I haven't got a chance to do it, but I will be soon.
You guys got anything for Steven?
And then put your camera on. You had it on all yesterday.
Okay, sorry. Give me a second. Oh, my God.
Teach us four and Ricky Main.
I'm coming.
All right, yeah.
All right. Well, Steven,
Steven,
yeah, good luck tonight, man. We'll see how you do.
All right, thank you.
No problem. So let Steven go get his camera turned on. Oh, now he's got it turned on. Hang on.
There he is.
Hang on. Let's pull up the. Actually, what? Now let's pull up my our little onboard cam we got. There's Steven. There he is.
What do we do? Lose Ricky?
No, Ricky's still there.
Ricky's still here. I just have him hidden.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
Still here.
He's gone. So we can focus on Steven. Why not? As he's driving.
Beard. You're right, Shaggy. That might be a
That's not bad of a beard as well.
No, you're right. That's got a little red in it too, and very good, very good. So right now we have Andrew Tenold, Larry Moody, and Isaac Bowman not in the server yet. I haven't heard from any of them whether they're going to be here or not. So we got 15 of the Tenold said. Oh, Jonathan Dolly just mentioned Tenold will be in shortly. So we'll have 16 of the 18. Not sure about Moody and Bowman, who actually starting, I believe, the third row.
Yeah, Moody, that would move me up a spot. Thank you for bringing that up, Dino.
Yep. Yeah.
Let's see who else is checking in. Butters said it was for pass the leader. Hit the gas and went hammer down. That's a tough break. Stephen Metcalf rooting for Ty Dickinson, and same for Susie. But we all know who the rest of the Dickinsons, though, are actually rooting for.
Ty, though, he needed, Zach, you know, yesterday, he needed a yellow in that hard knocks. Unfortunately, that race went nonstop, and he was fifth. And closing in.
He went up, I think, 9 spots. Yeah, he was the hard charger, 14th to 5th, I believe. And, man, it just, like you said, ran out of time there. And, Marty, I mean, hopefully we get the same luck here tonight, but Dino touched on it there. Would you expect a hard knocks race, man? 25 laps, green flag. I was astonished last night.
Well, we already got 15 at least to get things started. If we though, like, I know it's not 25, but if we get at 22, man, that'd be pretty cool.
We get 47 in, there's going to be a lot of old guys like me that are going to be very tired.
There's going to be some young bucks that are going to be tired too, Dino.
Okay,
yeah, absolutely.
So yes, right now we don't know of anyone in the A-main that's not going to be there. No one has reached out, so this race will take 4. And then guys that are in, as we mentioned, Roger Craig is already in on the Volunteers Provisional. And right now Jeff Barker is in line for the Veterans Provisional, but Jeff is going to race it out and see. And then just to let you know, Shaggy is a high bid, and he said he would take the Provisional if he doesn't make it. If not, he will defer to Jeff Kemper, Shaggy?
Yes, sir.
And then and a great gesture by Ross Carenta. Ross spent $100 to make sure G.J. Boydell would be in the feature. And with what he did with Bill Calder this week, we definitely want to see G.J. get in this race.
Absolutely. Bill, we're continuing to think about you. G.J. was texting me about Bill earlier this week. And, yeah, great to see the support that Mr. Calder has for this league, but also for everyone around coast to coast. Hey,
Shaggy Moody's coming in.
While we are at it and waiting to get going here, let's give shout-outs to sponsors that supported us here throughout the week. Monday night was brought to you by FTM. Tuesday night, Lucky 7 Motorsports. Wednesday night, Black Dirt Racing Company. Velocity Race Designs, Narc Racing League for putting on some support here as well. Our Hard Charger Award tonight, brought to you by the Ty Dickinson Mama Bear. $15 Hard Charger Award for our championship A main tonight. And also door prizes on the line here for those that signed up to have a chance to win some prizes and I believe some schemes courtesy of Just Racing Boys Designs for Tex Graphics, Grand
Always
Slam
got to mention
Graphics,
that Tano's coming in shortly. Sorry, Marty.
Finish Line Race Designs, BK Designs, and Regal Wraps and Designs. Also want to give a shout out as well to the General Andy Patton for providing the trophy and designing the trophy as well to the winner of our Knoxville Nationals this year. Looking at the drivers, there's Jeremy Christensen in the DAV 16, currently clocked in 9th fastest.
Hey, news alert, Marty.
What you got?
Klimowicz Jr., Dino will come back in here and break it because he probably doesn't know I can hear, but Klimowicz Jr., power outage, not going to make it tonight. We're going to be taking five guys from the B main to the feature.
That's a shame. That is a shame. Unfortunate to hear about John, who I believe was already locked into the show.
Yeah, he was. He raced his way in last night. Hard Knocks had a great run, but I guess power outage. Right, Dino? Is that what's going to keep him?
Breaking news. Yep, John Klimowicz Jr. will not be able to make it. He's got a power outage, so now we are going to take 5 out of the B main.
Alrighty, there you hear it. So one extra spot is on the line for the drivers here with us. So now I think a lot of eyes just opened up here in this B main because there's another chance to maybe make the big show here tonight, guys.
Lacey's probably welcoming him any extra spot he can get.
Lacey?
I did 22 laps. I know we got to build a story here, Dean, but I don't know if he's going to need it. He's got plenty of time, and man, he's quick right now. The slider line, he's got it working. Nobody else really has it working like he does right now.
Yeah, but he also has a magnet on his car, though, that he's not prepared for.
That's true. He's been unlucky.
Yeah.
Hey, eventually, the black cat's got to die, right? I mean, bad luck's got to go away.
Absolutely. Let's bring in another driver here. You know what? Let's bring in one of the dogs here that just made its way out of the C main. Let's talk to the captain, Gary Taylor. Gary, Marty, and the Booth Boys up here. You got us? Gary Taylor, the Booth Boys.
You're going through race chat, Gary. I heard you and I racing Discord button.
Okay, sorry guys.
You're good.
Oh, we got you now. Yep.
No worries, we got you now, man. Alrighty, not bad of a run for you in the C main. Now you gotta go through the B main. How's the car feeling?
Waiting on Penel to get in here and talk roll. Let somebody get my moment.
Alrighty, what are the big keys here now that to try and make it in? I don't know if you just heard as well, but we're now taking 5 into the feature this evening.
All I can do is give it my best.
Give it your best. That's all.
Give it my best.
Well, hopefully you pull a Doug Wolfgang and go from C to the A this evening. Good luck out there.
Yeah. Okay, Mark.
Yeah. Anybody else got anything for Gary?
Good luck, my friend.
Thank you.
22 laps, give her hell.
Yep.
There we go. The captain, Gary Taylor, getting set to go here this evening. Trying to see if he can make his way from the back near the front.
What else we got in this Discord that we could pull up?
All right, this is an interesting proposal here by Jason Butterfield. He says, Dino, how is that foot doing? I would love to see you get in a mod light.
I would actually love to get into a mod light. I've actually also been offered a 305 sprint car ride, but unfortunately it's still not quite there. And when I press on a brake, like even when I do it here in iRacing, it hurts like a mother. It's just, they told me 9 months to a year before this thing's going to finally heal. And I think it's even going to be longer than that. So I might have to wait till next year before I can get behind the wheel.
Gotcha. I forgot. Was you in like a walking boot or something?
Yeah, I got a slight tendon tear in my lower ankle, but
right.
It's not enough for them to do surgery. And so now I just got to wait for it to heal normally. But the biggest problem is I'm on my feet at all these racing events. And so it's taking a lot longer than what I want. But it is what it is. It's all part of getting old.
Scott Thomason checking in, rooting for Larry Moody, Chad Griggs, and Jesse Bandy. We'll see the latter two later on. Larry Moody, one of the later drivers to join into the lobby. I believe we may be waiting for one other driver. Dean, correct me if I'm wrong.
We're waiting for Andrew Tenold. They're waiting on one guy. I don't know how much longer they're going to wait, but Jonathan Dolly goes, I'll keep you updated on times. Tenold said he'll be here, though, but he put that up a couple of minutes ago. So I got a feeling once it gets to about 20 minutes here, they're probably going to start probably cutting bait here. But I'll leave it up to Jack Hitt. He's adminning this race because Jeff Barker's racing. So I'll leave it up to what they want to do.
Sounds good. And Rick Main, I believe, said in response to you, I believe he said mid. I don't know if it was in response to you or what it was. But Stephen Metcalf says, though, man, those photos I took of the FTM cars look sexy. And, well, there's a sexy one going up and over right now in Sam Bachman.
I thought it myself. But Shaggy's welcoming this extra warm-up, I can tell.
Yeah, I am. And actually, I feel like I'm working it pretty good. Practiced a lot today on that bottom. Of course, as I mic up, I mess up there. But, yeah, it feels pretty good.
Taking a ride on board in car with Zach.
They just said Tenold's still like 10 minutes out, so I don't know if they're going to wait that long.
If they do, Brennan Lacey might be in the lead by the halfway point.
Now, do we maybe possibly see someone try and go from 7th to 1st like Chad Griggs did Monday night? I doubt it.
Well, you never know. I mean, that was a shock, though. I mean, let's give credit where credit's due. Dittmer showed him the way. Because you remember, Brandon was first to go there, and I think Griggs put a line on his rear bumper and said, come on, Brandon, tow me to the front. And then Brandon just let him by going into 3. Right, Brandon?
Yeah, we'll let that story stand. After he got by me, I tried about anything I could do. I just couldn't catch him. He was steady enough for me not to catch him. And then, yeah, like I said, around lap 15 or so, my car just fell off a cliff. So hopefully I can remedy that tonight. Hopefully that don't happen again. Text Patrick, see if he's got any ideas. But other than that, it's going to be an interesting little night.
Just I already talked to Patrick. He's not sure either.
No.
Yeah, he said the answer that I expected. He goes, I'm not sure yet. I got to see how war the track is going to be.
See, that was my thing. Like, wing angle and gear is going to be...
I know what gear I'm going to run, so I just got to worry about wing angle.
I have an idea. I'm between 2 or 3 of them, but my wing angle is definitely going to be a game time decision.
Yeah,
well, you've got a friend up here who's an idiot, so make sure you write that in words to me, Brendan, whatever you go with.
Okay, so Jack Hitt put a 5-minute warning on Andrew Tenold. He said no matter what, 5 minutes, whether he's in or not, we're gonna advance.
All right, I tell you what, since we got 5 minutes, let's step aside, take another quick break. When we come back, our feature on our BMA, on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. And we're actually back here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. Thought we were going to need more time, but nope. Our final driver that we needed is in. This is why we say when the session loads up, you got to join as soon as possible. So our 17 drivers are set. We are taking the top 5 to our feature. Our B main 22 laps feature tonight is set for 47. That's where everyone wants to end up tonight. Casey's Victory Lane. We've all stood in Victory Lane. It's a nice spot there. We were in the same spot that same night as I believe I was either Carson Macedo or Donnie Schatz, one or the other.
Even though hopefully we entertain the fans here with our banter, but this is going to be still a good B main.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It may feel like double features tonight with the way this B main's set. Because it is sort of stacked here this evening.
Yeah, this is Shaggy got what he wanted. It's going to be a track that's going to be racy, and I think Brandon Lacey's got what he wanted as well.
Absolutely. I'm Marty. He's Dean. He's Zach. He's Brandon. We're all getting ready to go here tonight for championship night of the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals, all going towards the Steve King Foundation. And you can see the drivers were told to slicken this baby up. And oh boy, that is what they have done to get us set for this B main.
This gives us a good barometer of what we're going to get for the A main, because the A main practice is set for 20 minutes before we go to driver intros. So we're going to have 28 cars out there for 20 minutes. Here it's 17 cars for 25 minutes. So it kind of gives you an idea.
Yeah. Well, we'll see who gets the advantage here in the B main, and we have the checkers in practice. So the wait is finally over. We get set to go here with our B main. Let's meet the field and give you your starting lineup. On the pole, the mayor, Steve Bixler in car number 75 to his outside, Steven Fernberg in the 029. Row 2, the Sam Akana, Sam Bachman in the 007 to his outside, the Bird to Beast, Jeff Barker, the 513. Row number 3, Larry Moody in car 73 to his outside, Andrew Tenold in the 510. And in row 4, Brian Lawson in the 9, and Sly Job Scotty, Scott Rayom in the 4. Rounding out the top 10, Zach Chapman, Shaggy in the 72, and Pat Boyce in the 41. Row number 6 correction, Ty Dickinson in car 67, and Jeremy Christensen in the 16. Row number 7, Logan Wentz, Captain Fafo in the number 18 to his outside, it's Doc, Mike Watson the 006. Row 8, the Professor, G.J. Boydell the 014, and Brendan Lacey in the 114. Final car on the grid, the captain, Gary Taylor in the 34. So your 5 drivers that made it out of the C main all in it, and they are starting from the back 5. And we are taking the top 5 here to our 47-lap championship showdown this evening. Klimowitz is actually checking into the chat. He says, I drove down the road to get Wi-Fi so I could at least watch. Now that is dedication right there. That is straight up dedication.
That is fantastic.
Oh, you had to go do a couple things on the computer. Was that Klimowitz that said that?
Yeah, Klimowitz said that on the SJ.
Oh, he drove downtown to send me a message on his cell phone to let me know about the power's out.
Probably.
Because he doesn't have he did. He didn't have cell service at home, so he drove into town to say, hey, Dean, I don't know if I can make it or not. So, I mean, that's great that somebody's pushing out that communication to us. That's awesome.
Zach Chapman
meanwhile, we got
set.
Saying maybe. You hear that, Rick?
On board Zach Chapman and Steven Fernberg. They're getting ready to go here for this one tonight. $22 laps in our B main. Top 5 are headed to the granddaddy of them all. Everyone else will likely go home or somehow rely on a provisional thanks to a friend. Off at turn number 4, Bixler and Fernberg bring us to green. The B main is underway. And it's 3 wide already for third. Steven Fernberg tests the top here on the Samaconda. Sam Bachman for second. Bachman throws the slider in, nearly 4 wide at one moment. Larry Moody with a final transfer spot for now. Lap 1, led by the mayor, Steve Bixler. Brandon.
Yeah, Bixler got out to a really good start. Caution right off the bat, so we're going to see if he cannot keep this up after.
Gary Taylor and Jeremy Christensen get
we
together.
Gave the broadcaster's jinx already to Taylor.
Look at what happened. So Taylor put Christensen in the wall. That damaged the 16, but then Taylor got into Mock Watson and sent him sideways and broke the front wing.
Ooh, yep.
And you can see the left front damage done on Christensen. Luckily, drivers have a quick repair here.
I had gotten 3 guys there, but right before we got to the line, that caution flag came in.
Yeah, I think you still got 20 laps there, Shaggy.
Yeah, but I mean, Scotty, you know as well as I do. For me to be able to sucker him turn 1, I was feeling good about that because it's going to be hard to get around him.
Oh, please sucker him anytime.
He might like that. I don't know. We'll have to ask Scott later.
Oh, good in-car camera, Marty. Very good.
Thank you. That. Watching a couple of guys here.
Yeah.
Let's put a little
so I would think
Shaggy.
It's going to be the same rules, Marty. I believe 2 restarts, double, and then single from there on out.
Okay. Well, we will we'll see what happens here.
Now, Brian Lawson is becoming a big Jeff Barker fan. If Barker gets in, the next provisional in line for the veterans is Brian Lawson.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
What if both of them get in?
I'll have to take a look. Because it was Isaac Bowman after that, actually, but since Isaac's not here.
Well, we will keep an eye out on that, so. Ready to come back to green. Field is doubled up. Steve Bixler, Steve Fernberg, row 1. Sam Bachman, Jeff Barker, row 2. Larry Moody, Andrew Tenold, row 3. Then it's Brian Lawson, Scott Riom, row 4. Zach Chapman, Pat Boyce round out the top 10. As we are 2 laps complete here in the Knoxville Nationals, we're back to green. Bixler immediately holds serve. Bachman up to second. Fernberg, Barker, wing to wing, and for the 3rd position on the racetrack. Bixler a little too high. Sam Bachman tries to grab the race lead. Top 3 all begin with an S. They're sizzling right now, but Jeff Barker with a slider. The 3rd spot is his. Oh, hang on, Steven.
Oh, he got in the back. Hang on, Steven.
Ramped off of, I believe, the 513. He's down to the final transfer spot. And Zach Chapman now has a chance to grab 5th. They're 3 wide behind him. On board with Shaggy. On board with both, in fact, as they race for the final spot in. Slide job, Shaggy. And Zach Chapman is through. Final transfer spot is his at the line. And Fernberg's in trouble. He's already fallen off the base. Hard crash upside down. That's the Venom 57 of Brian Lawson, and Gary Taylor is also involved, and he may have clipped as well Logan Wentz in that. Brian Lawson just absolutely clobbered turn 2. See what happened. Did he get hooked from behind? No. He wheelied over Doc Watson.
Oh, and it looked like he towed. He could have drove, well, unless he couldn't steer it.
That's right on board with Lawson. Ouch! Bent the frame as well. Gosh, I felt that.
Gary had nowhere to go.
We're taking 5, right, Dino? Marty scared me with that final transfer stuff. I threw that slider to try to get a cushion.
We're taking 5, yep.
Okay, good.
John Klemowitz.
Well, the thing is, you did have 5th, and then I think you got 4th from Larry Moody, too.
Yeah, on that slide job, yep. I needed that cushion. I see Lacey on that relative. He's coming. I told you he'd be here around halfway. Here he comes. Sam better not trip over that third leg of his here, Dino. He better get the top side going.
I just sent a Facebook message to Brian Lawson. Let's see if he reads it.
Ready for the restart once again. Field down the back straight. I'm going to watch this restart from the aerial shot. It is currently Bixler, Bachman, Barker, Chapman, and Moody, your top 5 at the moment. So that caution kind of helped Steven Fernberg because he didn't drop to 7th. He dropped to 6th. Instead, avoided that pass by, I believe, Ty Dickinson as we're ready to come back to the green flag. And again, Bixler timing those restarts very well, helping out the inside line. Bachman tries to rip the lip off for turn 2. He's all over the tail take. Here comes Jeff Barker. 4 cars under a blanket for the race lead. Here comes Brendan Lacey. It's soup time for Mr. Lowline Master. He's through to the 2nd spot, and now he wants the race lead off the mayor.
When did I tell you he'd be up here on a racetrack like this?
Well, it's already lap 8. And he is in the show as of right now. Bixler thought about slamming the door right in his face. But Brendan Lacey's having none of it and wants to play some soup. From 16th to the lead, and Steve Bixler got sideways. And Brendan, he nearly caught the 114.
Yeah, he went all the way up across the track. Oh, a little bit of contact between him and Bachman now.
So they hang on to that. They keep her straight. Zach Chapman still with the final transfer spot. He tries to go around the outside of Jeff Barker. That's the race for 4th. Caution flag waves here once again, and we've got Tenold, Boydell, and Fernberg. It sounds like Fernberg may have flipped in the 29.
Oh, Steven's had some tough luck here the last couple of events.
And that is a man that may have just realized that his shots, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Dean, his shots at the Knoxville Nationals may have just ended.
Who's that? I'm sorry?
Fernberg.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I'm doing a lot of messages and stuff too.
You're good.
So.
Fernberg and Tenold get together, and then they hook right in front of Boydell. Let's
all right, so lay the odds now so they're a little bigger. What are the odds of Lacey, winning this whole thing tonight, going through the soup? Do you think he's got a good chance, fellas?
He's got a good chance as anybody. I mean, Brennan is, especially if they really got some setups going, which I think they do. They got a little bit of speed here. He's got a chance. But as you know, you got Griggs, you got Spangler, you got Blake, you got Ross, you got a lot of good guys there.
Hang on a second. Dino, I got a developing story. Klemowitz's power just came back on.
Oh. Yeah, but we already announced.
That is true. So we will see if he actually can race the A main.
Well, I think what we have to do, since we announced 5, we still take 5, and if we have to start 29, we start.
Right.
We start 29.
Thank God.
No, we announced 5, so we got to take 5.
I was hoping we'd go double file, try to work under Jeff, man. He is so good on the bottom. I might be stuck here.
Back to the green flag here with 10 laps complete. Brendan Lacey's checked out of the hotel over Steve Bixler, Sam Bachman, Jeff Barker, Zach Chapman. The side-by-side race for 2nd. The Sam Akonda tries to take it away into turn number 3 here, Dino.
Yeah, this, I'm watching second, well, Lacey's gone, so I'm watching the second, third, fourth, fifth, and look who's in sixth, and I don't think he wants to be one spot out again.
Ty Dickinson, the 67, but it's nearly 3 wide here. Zach Chapman better get his butt in gear because Dickinson is coming, and he just realized that he's past Jeff Barker. Insurance spot to the 72 for right now, Brandon.
Yeah, Zach's really making that middle line work in 1 and 2, getting around him. They're both going to take a slider line here. Zach's just hoping as Bixler slips up here going into 1.
Following the 75 of Mr. Mayor for right now, rips the lip through 1 and 2.
Oh, turn one. I don't know if he got sent or he just hooked the berm.
Oh, that's Larry Moody
Yeah.
in the 73. Was running in the top 5 at one point, and his Knoxville Nationals are over.
Him and Scotty got together.
They touch a wheelie from Moody in the turn 1 wall hard, and upside down he goes.
I'm out here test driving. What lap are we on, boys?
14 will be taking lap 15.
You know, we've seen a lot of wild crashes in Knoxville. Who remembers a couple years ago, I was in the infield that night for, I believe it was Gage Pulperek, when the wing panel flew off in his qualifying run.
I do remember that. That was about as scary as I've ever seen at Knoxville.
Weren't you there for the Carson Macedo wreck, too? Weren't you guys there that year?
That was
the year before, I think.
That was during a normal Outlaws show. That wasn't the Nationals.
Yeah, you're right. It was that year.
Because he brought the Flames to Nationals to poke a little fun at it.
That was wild.
I'm old enough
That was crazy.
to remember Dave Blaney going through the wall in turn 1 when it was wood and landed out by the dingus. He did that on a preliminary and still made the A main on the final.
By the way, are we doing that for late night afterwards? Are we heading up Dingus after this race is done?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We could. I don't have any points to figure out.
All right.
So interesting. Brian Lawson does know the route for Jeff Barker, and Jeff Kemper does know the route for Shaggy.
Well, there you go.
So we have some fans.
See who's checking and rooting for who right now. Ty Dickinson is wondering if Shaggy can let Ty hit the bottom. He'd give him a Scooby snack in exchange. Green flag waves though. 8 laps to go.
How can he type that while he's racing? I have no idea.
Because of a yellow flag, Bachman trying to grab the lead. Battle for third. Chapman past Bixler. Barker wants the spot. Side by side in front for the lead. Bachman can't grab it. Lacey holds on, Brandon.
Yeah, Lacey's taking this deep slider line through about both the corners, and it's really working for him for now as he rails the top side going into 3. And here comes Zach.
Zach's trying to pounce here on the top 2. As we put 16 laps in the books, 6 to go. It'll be 5 next time by. Lacey trying to increase the lead on Bachman. It's at 0.4 of a second. But Shaggy likes the slider line. Now this is where it gets risky. The motocross bumps are starting to develop. And Lacey, that's always been his worst nightmare at Knoxville. You look in Renegades in past years when he's been eliminated, it's because he biked it. Bachman, though, pressuring. He's trying to cook up on that top shelf. Lacey trying to slam the door, and Bachman nearly bikes it, Dean.
You know, you're in the show, and with a 47-lap race, you know, you wonder if you just want to run that top and dance with the devil or just get yourself in. But sometimes when you get in the groove, you can't get out of that groove. You mess yourself up. So they're going to stay where they're comfortable. But we got a battle here for 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Absolutely. Scott Rayome, first one out on Jeff Barker and Steve Bixler. Ty Dickinson goes wing to wing off at turn number 2. But Rayome able to counter back and hang on for right now. He's got 0.4 of a second to make up on Jeff Barker. 2 sticks in the air. 2 laps remain. Brendan Lacey still hanging on to the race lead as the top 3 have checked out over everybody. Here comes Rayome with the number 4. Tried to get side by side. Nothing could do there. White flag waves, final lap of the B main. Who's going to get the final spot in the Knoxville Nationals? Watson up for the wall. Rayom trying to take a peek upstairs where Mama hides the cookies. Can he get the drive off in turn 2? Yes, he can. Barker's got to throw the slider. Checkers wave. Brendan Lacey with the win. Oh, no. Rayom sideways. He got it to Barker. Ty Dickinson won't get there. Jeff Barker is in the show. And welcome to the Knoxville Nationals, Brian Lawson. Christmas came early for the number 9. My, oh my, let's show you what happened. Rayom with a big run off for turn 2. As Lacey was coming to the checkers, Watson just simply Hail Married it. And he almost took out Barker. He took himself and Rayom out.
Jeff Kemper and Brian Lawson are in.
So there you go. Dittmer, I believe. Wait, did you say Dittmer and Lawson?
No, you said
Kemper.
Oh, Kemper. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, there you go. Kemper, Lawson in the shows. And Jeff Barker, man, I think we'll need a change of fire suit before we go racing in the 47-lap feature. Because that was definitely a close call that he just had. So Lacey the winner by 0.7 of a second over Bachman, Zach Chapman, Steve Bixler, Jeff Barker, and Ty Dickinson got the final spot actually in correction. I'm trying to remember what I missed here.
Wait, what?
Nope, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm thinking top 6. I don't know why. Barker.
Oh.
Yeah. Top 5 are in. No worries. So, but yeah, top 5 all in. And so we'll get your race winner on in here, and we'll talk to the man himself, Brendan Lacey, who started 16th and played a little suit, my friend. You are in the big show this evening. How's it feel? He's speechless.
Feels pretty good, guys. I'll tell you what, though. I'll kill some time till he decides to chime in. I know he beat me by a second. But what that just did for my ego, being able to keep up with Brennan there when he was driving off, oh, man, I feel like a new man going into tonight.
Let's try again. Brennan, you got us?
I got you, boys.
All righty, man. How's it feel to be in the big dance now?
Well, just had to bust some old school stuff out to back to the roots, eh? A little catfish and never hurt nobody.
No catfish and never did hurt anybody, man. Sam Maconda gave you a little bit of a good shot there in the end, battling for the win, and same with Zach.
Yeah, you know, we kind of went in there, and the old crew chief 30 car is like, probably gonna be good early. We're gonna suck late, and that's exactly what happened. So if it wouldn't have been for him, kind of just in the ear telling you, you know, hey, like let's just protect, you know, would have been a little different. But so of course, you know, you got to get the couple time champ to be in the ear sometimes.
Well, who do you want to give shout outs to before we let you go?
Yeah, big shout out to Stephen Goldner Racing, all the boys there. Wish the old Money King was here. We tried to talk him into it because this is how he thrills. But no, he's watching back home, and let's see what we could do here. I'm coming for that Dino 15 hard charger here, so let's see what happens.
All right, let's see what you can do, man. Good luck tonight.
Yeah, appreciate you, boys.
All right, we're going to step aside, go to break. We'll get the server loaded up, and when we come back, we'll meet the drivers of our 47-lap Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. Stay with us on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. It's time for another edition of RSN Trackside, powered by Bob Johnson Auto Group on Rock Sports Network. Kiss on the champion. Trying to be a bit of a
hiatus, so let's get. Tonight when we talked about it.
Outpouring of love was amazing. These dollars had come together to support us, and we realized no, we didn't want to use them for us. We wanted to use them to help others.
The foundation has done so much for so many people. It helps any family that has somebody, whether it be a crew member or one of the drivers, that get hurt. We can help them to get through the situation.
I was injured in a non-wing sprint car accident that broke my neck and left me with a spinal cord injury. I was in the hospital 8 months, and that got really, really expensive. So having that extra help to help push me and my family forward was a big deal.
I was involved in a pretty gnarly sprint car crash. Found out my brain was swelling and bleeding. Pelvic bone was broken. I had 2 cracked vertebrae on my back, and I was in the ICU a little over a week. The Steve King Foundation reached out to my parents. We received a donation from them. Immediately they started me on what's called neurofeedback, and insurance did not cover the neurofeedback appointments. So we received another donation from the Steve King Foundation. It really helped a lot, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart to the Steve King Foundation for everything that they have done for me. This last Sunday, I got to turn laps in my modified here. That was my first laps back in a race car since the accident, and I truly believe that if it wasn't for the Steve King Foundation, I wouldn't be able to do that or be where I'm at today.
Yes, Steve's death is the reason the foundation exists, but it's Steve's life, and it's the lives of racers everywhere, is the reason we're able to do the work we do.
Charlotte Motor Speedway. They're lean. They're mean. They're 5 to 7 horses, a man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. The Coast to Coast Racing League 350A Modifieds, Pro Late Models, and the 360 Sprint Cars. Another great sunset above Knoxville as we are moments away from taking the green for the 47-lap Knoxville Nationals. We'll give these drivers, in fact, 20 minutes of practice before we go green so they can burn the track off. So we have a slick track for the feature. And while we wait, we're going to bring in a couple of drivers here. First guy we'll talk with is Mr. Highside Banger and defending winner of the Knoxville Nationals from last year, Patrick Spangler. Spangler, how you feeling coming on into the night? I know your mic is hot, but somehow we cannot hear you. Can any of you other three guys hear him?
I can't.
He's
probably
lighting up
muted
white,
himself
but I
on the
can't hear him
headset.
either. Yeah.
All right, let's. I tell you what. He's got. Nope, never mind. That actually won't work. We'll try one more time. Patrick, can you? You got us? All right, we'll get Patrick in just a little bit.
There, can you hear me now?
Up, yep, we got you now.
There he is.
Hello?
All right,
Hello.
Mr. Spangler, how you feeling coming on into the night?
Hello? Test?
Hello.
Yes,
Hello?
we got you. Hello.
Patrick.
Hola. Patrick?
Fixed one problem, created another.
Yep. When one problem is solved, another one begins.
I think we're good.
All right, he's good. How you feeling coming on into tonight, man?
I had a rough Monday. I was able to rebound, but I don't know. Chad Griggs looked pretty untouchable. I think he had, what, a 4-second lead, so need to find some speed, and hopefully tonight will be the first night the cushion comes into play.
What are the big keys coming into Knoxville? What are the big keys to winning here? You've won here twice.
You just got to be around at the end towards the front. Avoid all the crashes and just incidents, people going crazy at the beginning. And gotta have some tires left at the end and enough fuel, obviously. Hopefully this one I can be up towards the front and be less controversial than the first two I won. So let's hope for a good race here and a lot of green flag laps.
I tell you what, I don't know if any of you guys that are looking at the cameras have realized this. Look closely in the background. He's got his own wing panel in the background of his car. I know. In all seriousness, that's of another real driver, but it's technically your car still.
Gloves. Who wears gloves in the iRace?
Yeah, it has a 39 on it. Yeah, but yeah, it is a Edge lookalike.
But yeah,
that must be an AccuForce thing, Dinos, because Steven Spies wears the gloves too. They got to take care of those.
Yeah, no, in a way, and Patrick's got a few more stickers than I do.
No, for the gloves, I had like the Alcantara suede stuff on the steering wheel, so I just try to keep it lasting longer. Just because I know the oils will eat away it, but yeah, that's the main reason for the gloves.
Well, Spangler, before we let you go, who you want to give shout-outs to?
Just shout out to you and all the booth boys that were helping you out all week. Jack and Jeff for keeping Coast Coast running and putting on this great event again, and Dean for all the stuff he's put in and advertisements for it. Bill for working on the registrations, the countless sponsors, the Dylan Westbrook Racing, Steve King Foundation, and all the graphic designers, and I think Super Dirt Week too. So just everybody that put everything into this. Dittmer, teammate there, and Dad, Uncle back home watching, and the wife for letting me race.
All right, sounds good. All right, Patrick. Best of luck tonight. What do you want us to? What room do you want me to move you to for your team chat?
You just put in a race report or something. I'm just soloing it tonight.
All right. Wait, you said in race reporter?
Yeah, anywhere. Just in case you want to follow up later.
I'll join you down in Training Wheels Racing after we get starting lineups finished out.
All right.
I can move myself. I won't talk.
All right, sounds good. All right, Patrick. You know what? We'll keep you in temporarily for right now. So good luck tonight. All right, so the high side banger is getting set to go. There you see onboards of our drivers that are going to be running in the Knoxville Nationals this evening. And you know, I thought we had Steve Bixler. Now we do. Let's bring in Mr. Mayor. How are we feeling tonight, Steve Bixler? Steve Bixler, you got a copy? It's Marty and the Booth Boys.
Good as everybody else that we bring in.
Basically, so. All right, no Steven, so we'll put him back with the dogs.
These guys are doing 14.9s. Do they have their qualifying set up in?
I think they do.
Yeah, I'm like...
Then there's just me running against the wall for 25 laps.
Let's. We were actually going to have someone else in. I believe it was one of the FTM drivers, but I believe they left. Let's talk to the salesman, Blake Chapman. Blake, Marty, and the Booth Boys, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Alrighty, man. Big moment coming up here tonight. You're starting 8th. How you feeling?
Yeah, not too bad. Hopefully the setup's all right for tonight. You know, we'll find out once I get out there on the track. At that point, there's not much we can do about it. But yeah, we're just gonna drive this thing pretty much as hard as we can, and hopefully the wheels don't fall off at the end, and we're able to have a good finish.
What are the keys to victory tonight, and who do you feel are your main targets?
Ooh, well, I mean, that's a tough question for main targets. That makes that kind of sounds like I'm looking to take somebody out, but I don't know. The keys for tonight, I think number one is probably fuel, making sure you're watching your fuel, and then tires along with that. You know, saving your stuff towards the end to have at least a little something at the end, especially when it comes to fuel. But yeah, I think that everybody starting in front of me has shown a lot of speed here this week, and you know that's one of the things I love so much about this event is everyone's got their setups dialed in, and you know they're at the top of their game when it comes to Knoxville Nationals time. So yeah, when it comes to who my main targets are, I think it's just everybody, especially those guys starting in front of me.
All right, sounds good. CART 15% off?
That's right. Of course, I want to shout out to all the sponsors that make this event possible, and everybody in this league for hopping in and running this great event, and everybody for putting this on. I can't thank everybody enough.
And obviously Galen's.
Of course, Marty. You all know I don't want to bore you with the Galen's talk.
If I get a point, my
Yo
phone will do
exciting, yo
15%.
exciting.
I'll do it. I'll do see
Hey,
it.
they came all the way out to Eldora wearing a Galen's t-shirt as well. His dad had one on out there.
Nice. So, alrighty, Blake, good luck out there tonight, alright? Have fun.
Thanks, guys.
So the salesman getting set to go here. There's Ross Corinna on track, currently second quickest in qualifying. Or sorry, in warm-up session. Checking out who else may be in that we can talk to. You know what? Let's bring in the man that got the final spot in tonight. Let's talk to Jeff Kemper. Kemper, it's Marty and the Booth Boys. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, my man, you are in the show tonight. How's that feel?
That feels pretty good. You know, the start of my week wasn't all that great. I didn't qualify good. My heat race, I started in the back and moved up 2 positions and just couldn't really do much in the main event. And so my points were really low. And running Hard Knocks last night, you know, things started getting a little bit better. I got a better feel for my setup, got a gearing change, and that seemed to help a bit, but I started so far back, I just wasn't able to get in that transfer position, and without having that caution, you know, there was no chance. So really happy that Zach Chapman, you know, bidded on the deal, and he was able to make it in, and he gifted me with the entry.
He's right now giving you heart emojis and big kisses right now at the moment. So what do you feel would be a successful night for you?
I was kind of thinking about that a few minutes ago, and I figured coming from 29th to 15th would be good. I definitely want to stay on the lead lap, so starting out, I'm going to have to try to work my way through and get some cars behind me and have a little bit of a cushion.
Alrighty, well, before we let you go, Jeff, who you want to give shout-outs to?
Oh, definitely Zach, and then Gambler Motorsports, Lynn Gear Company, Aiden Young and Young Gun Creations, Westbrook Farms and the Westbrook family. You know, I really appreciate this and that they donated and everything. We're putting it on for Mike and the Steve King Foundation.
All right, sounds good. Well, good luck to you tonight, and hopefully all goes well for you, Jeff.
All right, thank you, Marty.
All right, Jeff Kemper, the Gambler 181, prepared to go racing here tonight. And let's look at chat here and see what you guys are saying. I haven't checked out chat in a little while.
28 in. I'm trying to find out who's missing.
Tyler says 1 spot out again. Dino says, I'm sorry, Scott says, I can't remember what this was about, but he says, I'm entertained, Deed, almost as much as that time you try to give me your OnlyFans link.
Yeah, Scotty was on the receiving end of a bad deal there. Mike apologized to a few people there, but Scotty would have loved that chance of going in 3 and 4, seeing him go down the outside of Jeff there, but unfortunately he got the short end, and you know, sometimes Scotty's been having that a lot.
Let's see what else here. Brian Lawson says, way to go, Jeff Barker. Thanks, LOL. Clemo says, power back on. And the Philly Flyer, Trevor Giroux checking in, rooting for FTM. Why didn't you run a sprint car tonight, Trevor? You scared or something?
We'll go right to the 20 minutes, and then, Jeff, if you want, I'll handle all the driver intros and stuff so you can just relax.
How much time we got left, Dean?
5 minutes.
5 minutes until we go at it. All right.
I'm sure you would want me to do that.
Let's see here. Maybe we can bring in one more person here. And you know what? Let's bring in the man that was quickest. That's quickest right now in warm-ups, and that's Jonathan Dolly. He would love an interview, that's for sure. Jonathan Dolly, Marty and the Booth Boys up here. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. Hello.
How are you doing, man? How you feeling coming on into tonight?
A lot better. A lot better than I did last year, I can tell you that much.
What do you feel are the keys to a good night? You start in the 11th spot.
So, to be honest with you, last year, I remember I heard that someone said that they thought I should save tires. To be honest with you, the way this track develops, I don't really feel like that's the most important thing. It's just keeping your car clean, out of the wall, out of contact with other drivers, and then just be there and be patient and be clean.
Well, sounds good. Who you want to give shout-outs to before we go at it?
My boys in BDRC, obviously for sponsoring as well, but also for giving me all the training, all the advice they've given me to succeed here, coast to coast, for hosting this event every year so I can run it, and all of you guys here for making this happen.
Alrighty,
Thanks for the
Jonathan.
sponsorship, Jonathan. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, appreciate
Yes, sir.
it very
Thanks so
much. So good luck out there
We're gonna
tonight,
go win
all right?
this.
All right, so Jonathan Dolly getting ready to go.
Uh-oh. You see the Chad Griggs there?
That
The next
is
initiative.
not a good sign.
What's up?
Chad Griggs
Gr-
got sent to the pits for connection issues.
Oh, no.
So, Marty, yes, we got a couple of situations. Anthony Romano has no power because he's got Morano, because he's got a thunderstorm, so he's not here.
Oh, no.
And Chad just had a packet loss, and Robert Hill's not here because he has no power either.
What is going on?
What the hell is going on up in Canada
Yeah.
tonight? That's what I'm wondering.
Yep.
And,
So-
and Griggs ain't even from Canada, I don't believe.
But he had a packet loss, so hopefully he can maybe reboot his computer there. So we'll still announce them in order, but if Anthony's not back, we'll just let everyone know. We'll announce the sponsors and stuff, and unfortunately he can't start there, so it stinks.
Well, Dean, let me ask you this, because I know we've done this in the past for charity events when we do the 4-wide. I don't know if we're doing a 4-wide or not, but will that will that 4-wide happen just past the green flag? Because if so, that wouldn't really
4-wide's going to happen. No, 4-wide's going to happen in the practice.
in the practice.
So we're going to let
session?
Le Mans start on the front stretch. When we get done with the last 29th car, then we're going to break out on the track into the 4-wide.
Okay.
And then you're going to do the music. We'll do 2 laps of 4-wide. And then once we're done with the 4-wide, we'll break out, and then we'll advance. Because we don't want to do the 4-wide before the green, because say if there's an accident that happens or something like that, you got to use your quick repair, your SOL.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Chad actually is just checking in. He lives 10 minutes from Robert and has no power. So he's dealing with the same situation that Robert's in, that tornado warning.
Oh,
And,
Jesus.
Robert's been sending us pictures in our little group chat we've got. Says, doesn't that Mother Nature lady know it's race day? Basically.
No, I sent Anthony a Facebook message. He read it, but he hasn't responded yet.
So that is a tough break, though, for Mr. Griggs. So.
Yeah, and 2 potential winners.
So that's likely because Griggs was supposed to start in third and you could consider him a favorite to win tonight because of how good that he has been at Knoxville. This really opens the door of who could maybe become the Knoxville Nationals champion this year. We'll just have to wait and find out. Let's, you know what? Let's do it real quick before we go green. He just joined us. Let's talk to the Bass Man, Roger Craig. Roger, the Marty, and the Booth boys, you got us.
Hey, buddy, just wanted to jump in here for a minute and thank the guys that put this on, Jeff, Dean, Jack Hitt, and of course Bill Calder. What a great job they've done. You know, I know better than anybody how much work it takes to put these on. They have done a remarkable job, and kudos to all of them. I don't know what happened to Andy. It's a damn shame he can't make it. I mean, I'm benefiting from that, of course, but I know how bad he wanted to be here, so it's a shame he couldn't make it. But just kudos to everybody, and of course, Marty, you and Shaggy, you always do an awesome job. But well run. It's been just a great event, and I just wanted to come in and just say congratulations. And of course, wishing my buddy Bill, you know, a quick recovery from the issues he's been going through. And just want to reach out to the Westbrook family. We all miss Mike. I know they miss Mike dearly, and it's been 5 years, and you know, I think it's as tough now as it always was. So a great event in tribute in his memory. You know, 45 years, gone way too young, and just a great event. So just wanted to jump in here and say a few words there. And I really feel fortunate just even being in this lineup with all these young guys.
Well, Roger, it's good to have you back once again this week for this event. Thanks for what you've done in Coast to Coast, and we're looking forward to a fun night. Let's end this week with a bang, shall we?
Absolutely, and again, a shout out to the guys that have, they're carrying the baton. So, great job, everybody, and looking forward to a great race.
Sounds good. Roger Craig, the Bassman, getting set to go here this evening. And I believe I'm hearing the engine start to shut down maybe a little bit, so we may be headed on to pit road. I'm not too sure. Dino, are we going into intros?
Yeah, we're going to wait for Jonathan Dolly to get back in, and then I'm going to clear the track. And then, once I get going, I'm going to explain to Ross what to do. And then we'll go right into it.
All right, sounds good. So, Dean, what I'm going to do
so
is...
you're going to be able to hear me, right?
Yep, I'm going to list. Here's what I'm going to do. I am muting our Discord pot right now on our audio. And so what I'm going to do here is you can still be in here. You can still talk with me. Our broadcast will not be able to hear you guys. They're not able to hear you or Zach right now. Yes, you can. Absolutely. That works perfect. So, exactly, we do. Alrighty. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, for those that have just joined us, good evening. We welcome you to the 6th Annual Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. It is championship night here this evening at the sprint car capital of the world. We've got 29 drivers strong that have made it in, whether it be through qualifying night, hard knocks, soup, or through provisionals. They are set to battle for 47 laps around the sprint car capital of the world. Past winners here in the Knoxville Nationals. The first winner in 2020, back when it was G-Force before Coast to Coast, it was Brandon Schultz. 2021, the Money King, Kyle Moonen. 2022, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler in a thriller. 2023, the salesman, Blake Chapman. And 2024, our first two-time winner of Knoxville, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler. So with that being said, it's now time to meet the field of 29 set to take the green in the Knoxville Nationals. Here is how the starting lineup looks. He starts on the pole position out of Fisher, Minnesota in the Phantom Motorsports, Velocity Race Designs, M9 Race Performance, R&K Farms, number 10, the boss, Ross Carina. Starting second in the number 49 ride out of Rochester, Minnesota. He's in the Phantom Motorsports machine, sponsored by Velocity Race Designs, Dr. Trucking, BuyOil.com, the Bandy Belt Master, Jesse Bandy. Starting third out of Jefferson City, Missouri, in the TJM A-Sub Sim Sports Advanced Sim Racing number 27, Chad Griggs. Starting fourth out of Syracuse, New York, North Syracuse, New York. He is in the Full Throttle Motorsports World of Outlaws Dirt Vision 79. It's driven by Dean Reynolds. Starting from the fifth position, he's in the 187 out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania. The Horizon Sim Sport Highline Centography Hinkle Holmes RTB ride. That's Rick Maine. In the sixth position, out of Lacona, Iowa, in the Training Wheels Racing World of Outlaws number 83, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer. Rolling off from position number 7, a two-time champion of the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. He's hailing from Trip City, Ohio in the Training Wheels Racing number 39, the high side banger, Patrick Spangler. Rolling off in the 8th position, he's out of Clarence, Iowa in the Krite Sim Racing Galen's Gourmet Popcorn Epsilon Sprint Wraps Flatline Racing Bodies number 20, the salesman Blake Chapman. From the 9th position, in the number 32 out of Spring Hill, Florida, the Full Throttle Motorsports Swan Speed Shop Vertex Graphics Shaggy TV 32, the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano. Starting in the 10th position, out of Fort Wayne, Indiana, the Krite Sim Racing, Krite's Oval Trackports, Galen's Homegrown Popcorn number 51, Shorty John Short. From the 11th position, in car number 74, out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota, the Black Dirt Racing 4 Mile Productions Davenport Cleaners Ride, it's Jonathan Dolly. And to his outside, in the 518 out of Dwaynesburg, New York, the Horizon Sim Sport Catalytic Recovery, Hinkle Holmes reigns the bar machine, 100 grand, Joseph Grandy. Starting from spot number 13, out of Ambler, Ontario, Canada, in the Stephen Goldner Racing, Moon and Tile Company, Moon and Race Engines, SGR Shock Technologies Ride, Stephen Goldner. And rolling off from the 14th position, out of Heidelberg, Mississippi, the Salty Dogs Race Team, Schroeder, Angus Farm, Maurer Farm Management, Flatline Racing Bodies Ride, the Sergeant Cale Bixler. Row 8 starting from the 15th position. He's in car number 92 out of Cornwall, Ontario. The School of Sim Racing Elite Esport Racing Network, Garmin Properties, Narc Racing League Machine, Christian McCartney. And from the 16th position, in car number 69, out of East Point, Michigan, the Bloodline Sim Sports Machine, John Klimowitz III. From the 17th position, out of Bixby, Oklahoma, the Stephen Goldner Racing, XGR Shock Technologies, Moon and Race Engines, Busch Light 114, the Lowline Master, Brennan Lacey. And to his outside, rolling from spot number 18. Out of Brainerd, Minnesota, the Full Throttle Motorsports Expert Installation, Vertex Graphics, Super Dirt Car Series 007, the Samaconda, Sam Bachman. We now roll off to 19th position in the Gambler Motorsports. Number 72 from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, Shaggy Zach Chapman. And starting from the 20th spot, out of Clarence, Iowa, in car number 75, he's in the Salty Dogs Race Team, Maurer Farm Management, Steve's Custom Golf Clubs, Flatline Racing Bodies Machine. That's the Mayor, Steve Bixler. Now to the drivers that made their way in via Hard Knocks. Actually, correction. These are right now we're in the set of the drivers that made their way out of the B main. Starting in the 21st position, correction. He is out of Brewerton, New York, in the number 513. The Brewerton Beast in the Velocity Race Design Ride, Jeff Barker. Starting in the 22nd position, also making his way in through the B main. He's out of Jefferson City, Missouri, in the Bill Calder Tribute, the 217. Gentleman Jack Head. Continuing on throughout the field, starting from the 23rd position in the Full Throttle Motorsports Swan Speed Shop Ride from Brainerd, Minnesota in the 51, Putt Clay Christofferson. Rolling off in the 24th position out of South Branch, Michigan, the Bloodline Sim Sports MDOC 34, John Klimowitz Jr. We're continuing on with the drivers that made their way in via Hard Knocks. This man starts from the 25th position. In the number 09 out of Camden, New York, the Team SSR, School of Sim Racing, National Auto Racing Club Racing League ride, that's Ted York. Ted York starting 25th. And he was outside, making his way in through a Hard Knock spot. In the number 57 from Stanfordville, New York, the Venom Racing, Regency Home Inspections, Magnum Race Design, Super Dirt Car Series Machine, Brian Lawson. And the rest of the drivers making their way in through provisionals. This match starts in the 27th position. Hailing out of Brentford, Ontario, the Salty Dogs race team, Steve's Golf Clubs, Mauer Farm Management, Westbrook Farm 747, the Bassman, Roger Craig. To his outside, out of Hamilton, Ontario, starting 28th in the Ironman Racing 014, the Professor, G.J. Boydell. And rounding out the field, starting in the 29th position, he hails out of Lebanon, Oregon, the Gambler Motorsports, Young Gun Creations, Lynn Gear Company ride, Jeff Kemper. And that is how the field looks as we get set to take the green for the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. We've got a heck of a crowd here tonight, not just on the track, but also watching live on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. And with it being said, it's time for more opening ceremonies. So at this point, ladies and gentlemen, those that are able to, please rise and remove your headwear. Veterans, please render a hand salute. To begin, we honor the land up above, our neighbors to the north, my neighbors to the north, I should say, with the playing of the Canadian National Anthem. Please remain standing as we honor the Stars and Stripes, the 50 states strong, the United States, with the playing of the U.S. National Anthem. ready to go racing in Knoxville. 47 laps. And the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. As you see the field start to roll off, they'll get 2 by 2. Again, if you're just joining us, we're glad you could join us. I'm Marty Sakala here, the voice of Monday Night Madness on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. We've got 28 strong. There are going to be 29 strong typically. That would take the grain here for 47 laps in the Knoxville Nationals. There is your front row, Ross Carina and Jesse Bandy. We'll double file them out, and once they all look good in the starting lineup, we'll then go 4 wide, and then once we do the salute to the fans watching, we'll then clear them out and then get the next session loaded up, which will be our official race session. They're looking good, Tower. As the field rolls through turns number 3 and 4, Barney's going to give them the signal. 4 fingers up in the air. That means it's time for a sight for sore eyes. The biggest night of the Coast to Coast Racing League. They are 4 abreast for you to thank you for your attendance this evening. In return, make some noise, get up on your feet, take some pics. This is a Kodak moment, and this is also a Missing Man 4 wide in honor of Mike Westbrook. Knoxville Raceway, they're lean, mean, they're 700 horses of man and machine. They're 4 wide before they start to slip and slide. At a turn number 4, here come the Coast to Coast Racing League Sprint Cars and the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. Aw, yeah, baby. We are set to go to work for the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. And once we grid them up, we'll give you the starting lineup here. And it sounds like we'll put a couple minute hold as still waiting on one more driver to show up. That is Anthony Morano in the 32. And then we will go at it.
All right. Marty's doing a bathroom break.
Well, track's going to be gnarly here, Dino.
This is where you want to make sure all your setups are good, because next time we grid is for the race.
The field is just about ready to go racing here in the granddaddy of them all. Full sellout, standing room only crowd here with the Knoxville Nationals. We got 41 people watching. It's feature time. Tell your friends and family to tune in. Let's hope we hit 50 by the time we take the checkered flag this evening. Let's see who else is checking in. Chad Lackey rooting for Dean. Scott Thomason rooting for Chad. Stephen rooting for Horizon Sim Sport drivers. Rick Main, Joseph Grandy. Trevor Giroux liking the FTM rides, and we got a lot of fans excited, especially just coming off of those anthems moments ago.
Boy, she's asking with a full load of fuel. Marty, you can unmute me now if you want.
See who else is checking in. Dean, we got you unmuted. No worries. You're good.
Thank you.
We got a lot of Shaggy fans checking in. Gary Sigelcow also checking in, rooting for Shaggy.
I don't know if they're rooting for the right horse here.
All right, I just ripped the lip for a few laps. I'm ready.
Dino, you got your last second practice in?
Yes, I did.
Awesome.
Yeah, I just went where I think I'm going to go for the first few laps, and it worked, so.
Dino, you got to go where there's 3 in front of you aren't.
Yeah.
You're going to have to do. Have to go get that thing.
Yeah, we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give her a run.
Give her hell, Dean.
Come on, Anthony. Oh, he's coming in. Here's his name. His name's shown in the grid.
All right, so Morano has shown up in the grid. We just got word, and we are ready to go racing.
Yeah, when you're here all week and with weather's interfering with a lot of people, you want to try to help them out as much as you can.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yep.
I don't blame you there.
I think the fans are going to see a good race.
They're going to see. I mean, the Knoxville Nationals in the last few years, it's been the best race of the year in my opinion.
Well, I'm kind of partial to that Super Dirt Modified week, but that's because where I live. But I'm okay with this.
I like that too, so you're not alone.
Yeah. And he's connected, so he should be in any minute.
Awesome.
We'll go out and do 2 more laps.
Looking at some more drivers on the racetrack here. See if there's drivers on the track that we haven't really looked too much at yet. There's Sam Bachman, Sam Makonda in the 007. Giroux says, hey Dino, how about a late model show like this one of these days? I mean, we do have fouls happening this weekend, I believe.
It would be cool to do like the World 100, wouldn't it?
Or, you know what, I got another idea. We do a late model race on the Chili Bowl. Make it feel like the Gateway Dome race. Because that's the closest you basically have, so. Christian McCartney getting set to go in his number 92. And again, bear with us here on the wait as we're just trying to get the rest of our field in so we can go racing. We had some drivers that were joining late with technical issues.
And we lost an announcer because of a technical issue.
Yeah, we did lose an announcer too for technical issues.
All right, Anthony said he's ready.
All
We're
right,
advancing.
checkers are waved. We are advancing.
Good luck, Shaggy.
Good
BD.
luck to all the drivers here tonight. And we are ready to get it on here with the Knoxville Nationals.
Oh, BD went down with Patrick. Okay.
We have ever run this event in coast to coast. Under the lights here. No sunset needed. Here's a look at the starting lineup. On the pole, Ross the Boss Corinna in the number 10. To his outside, it's the number 49 of the Bandy Boat Master, Jesse Bandy. Row number 2, Chad Griggs. He's in car number 49, and car number 27, I should say. And to his outside, it's Dean Reynolds in the 79. Row number 3, Rick Main in the 187. Next to him, the Spider Monkey, Brandon Dittmer, in car number 83. Row number 4, it's the salesman, Blake Chapman, to the outside of the high side banger, Patrick Spangler. Rounding out the top 10, the Magic Ant-Man, Anthony Morano in the 32, and Shorty, John Short in the 51. Row 6, John Dolly in the 74, and 100 grand, Joseph Grandy in the 518. Row number 7, Stephen Goldner in the 30. To his outside, Cale Bixler in the 789. Row 8, Christian McCartney in the 92, and John Klimowitz III in the 69. Row 9, Brennan Lacey in the 114, and the Sam Maconda, Sam Bachman in the 007. Row 10, Shaggy Zach Chapman in the 72, and the Mayor, Steve Bixler in the 75. Row number 11, the Brew to Beast, Jeff Barker in the 513, and Gentleman Jack Hitt in the 217. Row 12, Clay Christopherson, Putt Putt in the 51, and John Klimowitz Jr. in the 34. Row 13, Ted York in the 09, and Brian Lawson in the 57. Row 14, the Bassman, Roger Craig in the 747, and the Professor, G.J. Boydell in the 014. Final car on the grid this evening, Jeff Kemper in the 189. Excuse me, the 181. The lights are off here by Barney and as well as the pace car driver. 29 cages of cold metal with hot rubber corners are set to do battle for 47 laps. We've got a developing story. No call to grid for Patrick Spangler in the 39.
Yeah, that's the story he put on the chat. So hopefully, I think
Jeff Barker's soothing voice. Tell
I think
everyone
he can still come out without being a lap down here. I believe.
Well, we are about to find out, though, what happens in all this. Who's it going to be? How's it going to be done? There's always a favorite. Pick it ASAP. It is time to shake and bake. Because where else would you rather be than right here, right now? For the 6th time ever, it is show time. The Knoxville Nationals are green. Let's get it on. The Boss with the early race lead, Ross Corinna in car number 10, followed by Jesse Bandy in second. 3 wide for third. Chad Griggs goes 2 for 1. He's up to the spot. Contact Brandon Dittmer, Rick Main. They exchange bumpers, but they hang on to it. Still 3 wide, this time off for turn 2. Blake, hard crash off for turn 2. One driver went upside down and collects another. That's Cale Bixler in the 789 who brings out the first caution. I'll look at the replay and show you what happened to the Sarge. Contact off of Dolly, and that's a head-on collision in turn 2. You don't like those accidents one bit here. That's right on board.
I found it in turn 3.
Took out the front wing, took out the right front, and the left front shattered as well.
Well, I think I could have gone a couple gallons less on fuel.
First caution waves here for the Boss, Ross Corinna. With the boss, Ross Corinna leading, excuse me. First caution waits for Kale Bixler in the 789. Look at how the field looks on your screen as they stand. Lights are off. We're coming to the green flag this time by. Jesse Bandy, Ross Corinna, row number 1. Chad Griggs, Dean Reynolds, row 2. Brandon Dittmer, Rick Main, row 3. Blake Chapman, John Short, row number 4. And Anthony Morano and Joseph Grandy round out the top 10. 2 laps complete here at the Knoxville Nationals. Let's try this once again. Ross Corinna around the outside. Hangs on to the race lead over the Bandy-built master. Corinna selected the top. Not a bad place to be. He hangs on over Bandy. Chad Griggs third. Dean Reynolds fourth. Rick Main rounds out the top 5. First side-by-side battle. Brandon Dittmer, John Short for 6th. Blake Chapman, the champion from 2 years ago, following his Kreitz Sim Racing teammate in car number 51. Main and Short nearly touching the battle for 5th. Main slide jobs in front of the 51 to try and hang on to the 5th spot, but he nearly bikes it in the center of 3 and 4. Allows maybe an opportunity for Brandon Dittmer to strike in that 83. Trying to regain some spots, but John Short, the biggest mover early after up 4. Same could be said for Sam Bachman in the 007. He's up 8 into 10th already. So the Sam Maconda wasting no time. Dittmer trying to slide job on Joseph Grandy. The 8th position is his. And Dean Reynolds taking on for 4th, clips the wall. That's Rick Main underneath for the 4th position. Slide job in front of the 79, and Main takes it away. Great start for that 187 car. Take a ride on board here with Main. And he is focused and composed, that's for sure. Now looks downstairs on Griggs, bottom step of the podium. Main is rolling early in that 187 as we put 8 laps up on the board. Next time by, we'll have 8 laps up on the board, with Corinna still leading this one by 0.6 of a second. Remember, he was battling Patrick Spangler for the win last year. And then they got together in turn number 3. Corinna came out in the crash as the loser. Patrick Spangler took the checkers. Main is rolling early. He likes the slider line. He enjoys the cushion for right now. The 187 who started 5th, he's running 2nd. Bandy trying to find some breathing room as well. Brandon Dittmer, Joseph Grandy race 2 for the 8th spot. And now Dittmer looks underneath his fellow booth boy and Dean Reynolds for 7th. Chad Griggs trying to get rolling here in that 27. Remember, he went from 7th to 1st on lap 1 in his qualifying night. But now he's stalled in that 3rd spot, and Jesse Bandy trying to grab a spot away, high, wide, and handsome. You see a slider there by Joseph Grandy as well with that 518. Bottom step of the podium here on the line. 51 of John Short. Staying in the 5th spot as well. Grandy and Reynolds. There's the underground with a slide job. He started back in 12th. He's currently running to the 7th spot. Up there is one of your biggest movers of the race so far. You see the cushion. It's starting to get thick. Yellow flag though waves. 2nd time. Oh, it's for Jack in the 217. Racing Bill Calder's paint scheme. One of 2 Calder schemes in the field. Not what Hit wanted. Go to the replay. Show you what happened to Gentleman Jack. Who got in the back of Cale Bixler. And then Jeff Kemper yeeted him as he was trying to avoid the accident. Bixler got away with just a simple 360 for the looks of things. Let's ride on board with Gentleman Jack.
He throws haymakers like there's no tomorrow, and then he leaves to go to another race.
Broadcast.
Remember to keep in mind as well, hard charger in the race gets $15, courtesy of Ty Dickinson's Mama Bear. I'll give you who that's going to be as of right now in just a couple of moments once the field all cycles through on our timing.
Not sure what it looks like up front, Marty, but I can tell you I'm impressed with the guys I'm around. You know, we understand it's lap 13. Everybody in the back, you know, normally, let's be honest, not the case. You see a lot of cautions happen in the back. They've been running pretty good back there. Hopefully that doesn't jinx it, but still a long way to go here.
Yeah, it's some great racing up near the front for the race lead. Biggest movers, Sam Bachman, Steve Bixler up 9. Tiebreaker would be Bachman because of his head-to-head position. We'll come back to green, and I believe this is our final double file restart of the night before it goes down to single per coast-to-coast rules. Ross Corinna, Rick Main, row 1. Chad Griggs, Jesse Bandy, row 2. John Short, Blake Chapman, row 3. Dean Reynolds, Brandon Dittmer, row 4. Sam Bachman, Anthony Morano round out the top 10. Steve King Foundation pace car is in. We're back to the green flag. You saw Main try to time the restart, but Corinna already has him cleared. Short peaks downstairs for 4th on Bandy. Can he get that off for turn 2? No. Again, high side the place to be. Blake Chapman trying to get an opportunity, but the same goes for John Short as well. KSR trying to go to work in the 51 and the 20. Short pulls even with Bandy into turn 1. But Bandy able to get back on the throttle first off a corner exit. That may cost Short even more to his KSR teammate, but Chapman lets him have it. Chad Griggs dancing with the devil there in turn 4, right up there on the cushion. But Ross Corinna's got company, though, for the race lead in Rick Main. On board with the boss. Main trying to get a run underneath. There he goes. Takes a peek down and where Papa hides the wine cellar and throws the slide job at Corinna, but Main up in the wall. And the 187 able to lead the line despite scraping it. Main started 5th. Now our first lead change of the night in the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. Oh, hang on, Ross. Bikes it in turn 3. Can he save it? Yes, he can, but he loses a spot. And now it's Chad Griggs' turn to cook. Corinna had to throw the slide job out of desperation to try and hang on to 2nd, but Chad Griggs already there. Peaks there. A slider by the TJM 27. He's through to P2. Here nearly bikes it as well. Griggs moves up to 2nd. And Griggs up in the wall this time, answering back. Corinna takes advantage of that. He's through to 2nd. But now what can the Vanderbilt Master do with Jesse Bandy? Trying to get a run on Griggs for the bottom step of the podium. Does he have anything into turn 1? No, he doesn't. Blake Chapman, meanwhile, passed John Short for 5th. And how about Steve Bixler? Mr. Mayor came to race. He's up 10 spots, running 10th. What a run for the salty dog at the moment. But he's got 2 SGR cars breathing down his neck. Stephen Goldner 11th and Brennan Lacey, the B-Main winner, in 12th. Oh, no! Oh, Bachman! Dean Reynolds, Brandon Dittmer get together in turn 2. Caution waves. And it sounds like Dean had nowhere to go in the 79. Here's a look at what happened. Did Dittmer bike it in front? Oh, no, they just got together. And Sam Bachman with nowhere to go. Right on board with Dino.
He lost so much speed and got sideways, I just couldn't react in time.
A bunch of cars there running inside the top 10.
Yeah, black clear, Jeff, please.
Watch Bachman in the 007, who has nowhere to go in this one. Almost thought he could have gone low, but just not enough time for him to react to that. So lights are off. And yet single file for the rest of this one. As we've gone through our double file restarts. Rick Main the leader, Ross Corinna second, Chad Griggs third, Jesse Bandy fourth, Blake Chapman fifth. Biggest benefactor here, Steve Bixler, running in seventh, up 13 spots at the moment. Pace car is in, Main fires our first new leader on the restarts, and he is gone. Griggs tried to grab second from the boss there off for turn two. Couldn't do anything about it. Jesse Bandy, Blake Chapman. Here comes the salesman trying to grab fourth. Chad Griggs wants second. Does he have it at the line? Yes, he does. Chad Griggs to P2. Blake Chapman, Jesse Bandy race for the fourth spot. Yellow flag waves for Sam Bachman. Fourth caution of the evening. Look at what happened to the Samaconda. Catches the wall over a couple bumps, and around he goes. But a good save, give him credit, doesn't hit anything, and can continue on. Second accident for Bachman here tonight. So Rick Main looking pretty good at the moment. In coast-to-coast action, the number 87, only 6 wins.
Oh, he's going to get a lot more.
He is going to get a lot more. Last one
He's
coming,
going to get
though.
a lot more.
Last one coming on May 28th at Lernerville. And I want to say that was on a Monday night in Renegades competition.
Ricky's in that Spangler, Chapman, Carenta team now. He's right up there with that talent level.
Actually, Maine that was actually a hometown hero show, but you got Chad Griggs running in the second spot, and we know how good he can be at these longer tracks like Knoxville. Top 4 are looking for their first ever Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals victory. Maine set to fire on lap 23, back to green. Now what can Chad Griggs do with the 187 in front of him? Griggs trying to grab the bite off for turn 4. And Griggs is right there. Here comes the 27. Does he look underneath and throw the slide job? The low side just way too slick at the moment to get anything on the gas. Main protecting the top where all the speed is. Oh, and Griggs may have moved him out of the way. He pulled a bump and run on him. Here comes Corinna, and here comes Jesse Bandy for the race lead. Griggs trying to show his nose underneath. Main trying to rock the cushion off for turn 2. Caution flag waves. Bachman again in his 3rd straight accident. And he collects John Klemowitz Jr. Klemowitz in front of the 007, and he's fighting an ill-handling car. And that was netcode right there. Between the 34 and the 79, that looked like netcode to me.
Just want to go, guys. I'm doing optional repairs. I have 3 minutes of damage.
Nowhere to go was Bachman again. Here's the onboard with Klemowitz Jr. I think we topped off at 50 at one point, so thank you all for tuning in here tonight. That's what I was hoping we had. We just about, who is that just missed Klimowitz? My gosh. All the way underneath and went full throttle. I want to watch this one more time. Kale Bixler, whoop! Just dodging the bullet there.
I don't get luxury of the leaderboard, Marty, but I mean, how's Lacey's soup climb going? Where's Brennan at?
Lacey is running in 9th position.
Oh man,
coming
he
from
can
the
do
back
it.
of the
He's
C main.
Yeah, this is. I mean, obviously he's going to need a little bit, a couple of green flag runs here longer than what we've had, but man, he can do it.
It could happen, but he's got 21 laps to try and climb his way up to the top.
I need a black clear again, Jeff.
So how can Maine do this again over Chad Griggs? About to find out here on this restart. 21 laps of race remaining. Here we go. Better restart for Rick Maine that time as he drifts up to the top, trying to get as much of the cushion as he can to get speed on corner exit. Griggs drives it way too deep. He hits the 187, hangs on to it. Griggs able to pull away. Here comes the boss, Ross Coretta, trying to take advantage. But now the question is, what's the damage look like on the front end of Chad Griggs? Nothing there. The fuel bar damage on Rick Maine doesn't look like any damage there one bit. Look at this gaggle off for turn 4. 4 cars under a blanket, barely for the lead of the Knoxville Nationals. And Coretta edges out Griggs in the line for second. This is some great stuff here. What a track. Coretta around the outside of Maine looking for the race lead. They're 2 by 2 into turns 3 and 4. And Bandy's trying to go where nobody else is up on the extreme high groove. 3 wide for the race lead into 1. And still Maine, then Coretta, then Chad Griggs. Can the 27 go 2 for 1 off for turn 2? Not yet. Griggs to second. Maine knows he's still underneath. And here comes the salesman Blake Chapman trying to go to the top spot. This is amazing stuff. 17 laps of racing to go. Griggs, can he get the bite off for 2 to go to the point? They stay wing to wing down the back chute. And Griggs takes the race lead away from Rick Maine. And he's found moisture right up there on that berm, rolling that picture perfectly. Griggs out to the point. And now Maine trying to hang on there in second. Can he fight back on the number 27? Back near the front, Vandy third, Coretta fourth, Blake Chapman still fifth. Stephen Bixler's fallen down to 11th. Brendan Lacey running 8th for those, 9th for those wondering about soup mode. Coretta looking for the bottom step of the podium. Slide job of the Vanderbilt Master. He takes that away. Bandy, though, trying to counter it back.
Think that's Shaggy.
Oh, trouble. John Klimowitz Jr. involved. Zach Chapman may have been involved in it too, and he was. That was Klimowitz the third that got involved. Look at what happened. Oh! Wild ride for Chapman. Oh, and Klimowitz goes out of the ballpark near one of the barns. I'm going to watch another angle of that and see if there was net code between the two. So the contact was a net code, but I think the wall contact was a net code deal. Let's right on board with Klimowitz. Using that wall as the ramp, and the cushion cam is pretty much done for. Luckily, did not do a complete flip, just stayed on 2 wheels, but without question, a wild ride for Shaggy, that's for sure.
Yeah, there's a couple laps coming. But we're charity racing, so this is all for fun here, boys.
Yes, it
Well,
is
the
all
one
for
good thing
fun.
about your car color, Shaggy, I saw that as straight away ahead of me. I go, oh, that's Shaggy. Oh, you're back out. Good deal.
Yeah, I think I was up in like 14th. I just survived, you know, not passing anyone at all, but just surviving.
It was one of those yellow flags. I got by Clay, Boydell, and Roger, and then the yellow came out, so I had to give all three back.
All right, lights are off. And we've got a new leader on this restart. Chad Griggs in the 27. We thought for a moment he was going to have to start in the back because of his internet issues. But nope, was able to start from P3 and is now leading with 14 or so laps of racing to go. Maine, Corinna, Bandy, Blake Chapman. That's the top 5. Back to green. Bandy, first one on the top of the motocross bump, spikes it off in turn 2 and around he goes. He collects the 32 of Murano and the 92 car as well. One of the cars that contending to win is out of it. Left front is bent. Front wing is gone. Just a simple bike for the 49. And that's the risk you play when you run the cushion at Knoxville. Way too high there and just simply lost it. And I think John Short barely got involved in that. Murano with a big miss as well, on board with the Bandy Built Master. You can just see he was just hanging on to that car for dear life. And Bandy nearly biked it again, trying to catch up to the back of the pack. He's just trying to figure out how he doesn't do that again, but that is going to be a tough way to move things back up to the front. Alrighty, we're going to try this one once again. And we'll have 12 laps of race to go in the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals.
Shaggy's got some issues.
Uh-oh.
He just mic'd up instead of trying to shoot a dog away.
Yeah, I almost got into the back of Junior there. That was a close call.
Wait, Shaggy trying to get Scooby-Doo away from the sim rig?
Basically.
Back to the green flag with 12 laps of racing to go. Corinna nearly spins the tires on the restart. Maine, though, up the hill, trying to get the cushion to work once again. Oh, he nearly bikes it off for 2, has to catch it. And this allows the boss to throw things in through a slide job through 3 and 4. Ross Corinna is up to the 2nd spot. Maine has lost the top. He's down to 3rd and may lose the bottom step here to Blake Chapman. The man that took the biggest advantage. Oh, Maine and Chapman get together. Spangler avoids it. Short up in the air. Chapman goes around. Caution flag and waves. Nope, we stay green. We stay green. And now we got putt up in the wall. Now we're rocking. One driver flipping the 34. Chapman 360s it. The big one at Knoxville.
Yeah, I'm going to pull off. I'm not going to drive that. That was a big one, boy.
Those were 3 cautions in 1. That's a Chili's Tripper Dipper deal. Well, this was the cause for the caution in the stack up. Watch Klimowitz Jr. Boydell into the 34, up and over he goes and loses the top. And then I want to see the deal here between Blake and Maine, if I can catch it.
Looks okay, Anthony. Doesn't look horrible.
So now Blake will likely have to, he's coming in for a quick repair. So, but I
Might be
believe
better
he could have retained. So he would have been able to retain that spot. But yeah, Maine simply bikes it right in front of the 20. They're hooked. Spangler able to avoid all of this massacre. Now I want to see how the 87 of Maine looks in all this. If I can find him here. Where is that 187? Oh, he's in the back. Maine's called it a night, I believe. Ah.
Ricky disconnected.
Ah, man, that is a heartbreak. The chance to get his first ever Knoxville Nationals win is over. And now the biggest benefactor of this is Patrick Spangler up to third. And don't look now. SGR is 5th and 6th. Stephen Goldner and Brennan Lacey. It's going to be 9 laps of racing to go, but far from over here. Chad Griggs with 20 career wins in coast to coast. This, though, would be the biggest win of his career. Corinna in second now. Patrick Spangler third. John Short fourth. Stephen Goldner in fifth. Spangler looking to be the first driver to go back-to-back in the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. Here we go. 9 laps of racing to go. Ross Corinna spins the tires on that restart. Has to hang on to it. Patrick Spangler trying to find a way around the 10 car. Diamonds his way through turns 1 and 2. Can he grab the second spot here, Shaggy?
I don't know. We'll have to see. I hop back in my car. I don't have damage. I wonder if I can get back out of here in time. I'm sure going to try and hope for another caution here, maybe pick up some spots. But Chad is coming up quick.
So Zach is back on the racetrack. We'll let him focus on driving. But Chad is pulled away to a 1-second lead over Patrick Spangler and Ross Corinna. These were the two that battled for the win last year. They're battling for second. 7 laps of racing to go. And Brennan Lacey from the back of the C-Main is running in the 5th position, racing alongside Jeff Barker, the 513, up 14 spots. What a run for the Brewington Beast. And same for the Bassman Roger Craig in 11th, Ted York in 8th, caution waves with 6 to go. Jackhead Clay Christofferson have gotten together. Cautions breeding cautions late in this one. Here's a look at what happened to Mr. Het. A bike in turn 1. Contact with Bandy sends him around, and putt-putt nowhere to go.
I realized Marty was
that.
Pulling out of the pits. I was a lap down, so I yanked it down in the infield before the leaders came. I'm going to enjoy the show here. Let's see if Patrick Spangler can upset arguably the favorite here, the guy I thought would win coming into tonight.
Aboard Christofferson. Just mind his P's and Q's. Lifted and knew he just had to brace for impact. So Spangler in second, looking for his 3rd career Knoxville Nationals championship. He's been good on restarts throughout the night. Can he grab the lead late in this race? You know, it's coming back in September, but I'm still going to say it anyway. We've hit the witching hour of the Knoxville Nationals, where wins can become losses and losses can become wins. It's that time of the race once again. Griggs, Spangler, Corinna, Short, Lacey, the top 5 with 7 laps of racing to go will be 6 at the line. Buckle up as we come back to the green flag. A stack up, and John Short goes around hard in the wall with Brennan Lacey. And I wonder here if this was a factor of Griggs blanking coming back to the restart. So 4th and 5th have been eliminated. Let's watch here. Griggs is blanking. Spangler doesn't know when to fire. Spangler never went. I think he was concerned about, I don't know if he was concerned about Griggs or not, but I think that all started up front there, Zach.
Yeah, and I mean, Patrick hops on the mic and apologizes, but I think you nailed that, Marty. It doesn't even look like he goes early. I mean, I'm watching his mile per hour. He maybe goes up 2 miles per hour. And I mean, everybody else behind him, I mean, you know, not to poke the bear, but just trying to get too aggressive. I mean, we know how much time you can make up, and man, that's a tough break. But definitely, I mean, internet gremlins, it happens.
Absolutely. Hey, look who's on the top 5 now. Jeff Barker, the Burrington Beast, in 5th.
That's for Jeff. Got the last spot in the B.
Absolutely.
No, and he's one of those guys, right before I was involved in that first accident there, Jeff had passed me on merit. He kind of figured something out on the bottom. He's quick. And I mean, now I know some guys, they're asking if we can get a full restart here, but I don't know how you could really do that.
That's very tough. I mean,
yeah, you can't do that. Jeff's trying to race, and I mean, we know it stinks, but that's the way it goes. I mean, you can get a flat tire under caution. Real life, it's a tough break.
Absolutely. So Jeff Barker now in 5th. Brandon Dittmer 6th. Ted York 7th. Steve Bixler 8th. John Dolly 9th. And Roger Craig in the 10th position. York, the biggest mover, up 18 spots. Will turn the lights back on. I wonder if admins are going to discuss this possibly with Lacey and Short, if they should get their spots back. They're moving down low. Are they going to give They're going to give the spots back.
Yeah, that's.
I don't think that's right either, but it is what it is.
We haven't done it ever in coast to coast, and we do it in the biggest race of the year.
Hey, it's a charity race. It's all about fun. If this was just
we're all racing for money too. I mean, you know.
If this was just a weekly night show where points were on the line, no chance in hell would you do that.
Well, I don't know. I guess for charity, but I'm also here to race.
Well, they're going to give them 4th and 5th back. We'll have to get the word on why that happened in just a bit, but we're back to the green flag.
He goes, well, this is the first.
Short and Lacey are now back in the race with 5 laps of race to go. Who's going to take this one? Spangler trying to rip the bumps off for turn 2. Morano crashes in turn 1. He's upside down. Jeff Kemper collected, and the cautions breed cautions again. It'll now be
I don't know how many
4
times
to
I can
go.
pass these cars. Sometimes yell's your favorites or your fan, sometimes it's not.
Kemper that was a very strange wreck. He just got really tight. Morano just didn't see that coming. Right on board with the Magic Ant-Man here. Oh, Kemper had no steering. Kemper had absolutely zero steering.
Yeah, I watched the replay and his car just went straight going into one.
You can see the right front just loosey-goosey there. I don't know how he was driving it that entire time. But now we know it bit someone else there in the dust.
We try it again.
Take 3, take 4. I don't know what it is, but
well, this track is tough. I mean,
it is.
Tires are gone. Tires are gone. I even moved my wing back to 1. I never do that.
Try this once again. This time, 4 laps of racing to go in the Knoxville Nationals. Griggs fires. We're back to the green. And we're watching Spangler and Corinna closely in the battle for second. Short and Lacey for fourth on the track as well. But it's Chad Griggs trying to run away from the cops with this one. 3 laps of racing to go in the Knoxville Nationals. Can Chad Griggs get his first ever Knoxville Nationals championship? Stephen Goldner, meanwhile, up to 5th. He's past Brennan Lacey. Brandon Dittmer is through to 6th. He slams the door of the number 14, Zach.
Yeah, and that's a guy who's wishing those 2 guys didn't get their spots back, because he'd be sitting P3, the Spider Monkey, even after going around having to tow, quick repair. I mean, he is back up here and he's quick.
This time by, though, the doctor's jacket waves in the air. White flag waves. Final lap of the Knoxville Nationals for Chad Griggs. And the TJM Rich DPC aces up number 27 down the back chute for the final time. He went from 7th to 1st in qualifying night number 1. This time, he just has to start from 3rd. Chad Griggs, a Knoxville Nationals champion! Patrick Spangler 2nd, Russ Corinna 3rd, John Short 4th, and Stephen Goldner 5th.
And Brandon Dittmer crosses the finish line in style, sideways, slipping and sliding, coming off of 4. That was wild for the Spider Monkey.
Hard Charger up 17. Ted York, he'll get the $15 bonus. They went crazy behind Chad Griggs in the end. But he's going to take a victory lap and embrace this moment.
That was fun at the end.
Knoxville Nationals champion forever. And he'll do some donuts to celebrate this one.
I've seen a better picture lane photo, Jeff.
Biggest moment for the number 27 ever in the Coast to Coast Racing League. Let's show
7
you.
laps left to field.
It's 7 laps left to field. Here's what happened coming to the checkered flag with Brandon Dittmer, for those wondering. Bikes in 3 and 4. Off the wall and drifts it across the line. And then they're like, yeah, you know what? He's a target, so let's do it. Jesse Fandy upside down. G.J. Boydell upside down in the end.
Eddie York with the hard charger.
Yep, Ted York up
17
17. After starting back in 25th tonight. But it's Chad Griggs, most importantly, the $100 and trophy winner by 1.3 seconds on Patrick Spangler. Great runs by Jeff Barker up 15. Brennan Lacey up 10 after running soup. Steven Bixler up 10 as well to finish in the top 10. Dean, nice comeback for you to finish in 11th.
Yeah, Dimmer as well.
Roger Craig, we saw him in the top 10 at one point. He was 14th.
Steve Bixler, great run. 10th.
Absolutely.
Great run.
Absolutely. Well deserved.
He had a lot of speed all week.
And the heartbreak of the night, I like to call it, without question, has to go to that driver of the 187, Rick Main, who I thought for a moment was going to come out with that victory. So let's bring in your top 3, and we'll start things off here with Ross Corinna in the 10. Ross, take me through that race, how your car felt early compared to how it felt late.
I think the car felt fine the whole time. It's just I got to be better at picking spots and conserving fuel early. Probably should have practiced a little bit more, ran some laps, because I think I ended up with like 7 gallons, and that's just too much when you're trying to hit the bottom like that at the end.
What was this event like for you as a whole?
Oh, I mean, obviously it's a great event. Obviously, to sweep the qualifying night, and I mean, it's just fun. It's like I said, these guys in this league, they're all pretty clean racers and fun to race with. I gotta apologize on that. Griggs blinked out and then he came back, and I just kind of jumped the gun there and packed Spangler, and I think it kind of screwed up everybody behind me. So that's probably on me, but yeah, I mean, race is good. Just gotta be a little smarter, I guess.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to on the run?
Phantom Motorsports guys, Velocity Race Design, M9 Performance. Like I said, first and foremost, just this charity event. Everybody behind the scenes that puts this on, it's kind of a huge deal. So just keep up the good work, and you and Shaggy for putting on the broadcast, and like I said, just everybody behind the scenes making this thing work. So
thank you for a great week. Great job tonight.
Thank you.
The boss, Ross Carina, finishing in the 3rd spot.
Also, Marty, he was the man putting up that $100 for Greg. Yeah. That was
That's
awesome.
true. That's true. We forgot.
He messaged me the other day, and he said he was going to do it. He said, "When does the auction start?" And I said, "I was going to put it up at high noon, midnight, witching hour," and then, he said, "I'm going to get Greg in."
Good to hear. Good to hear. 2nd place finisher, Patrick Spangler in car number 39. Patrick, that was a good run. Starting 7th to 2nd. What more, though, did you need in the end?
Started last. Missed the grid, Marty.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. He missed the grid.
Drove by me like I was stuck in quicksand, too.
Holy, I almost forgot about that. But, man, what a charge.
Yeah, I was sitting there on YouTube, and I was just trying to find this video of this old Lima Land race. And
you were just sitting to me, probably.
Because, I was listening to you guys because I knew we had to wait for Moreno. Then somebody said they went to the bathroom, so I wasn't even paying attention. And Brand's like, "Oh, I'm starting right here." And then I look up and it said missed start. I was like, "Oh my goodness!" So I came out. Thank goodness there was a caution. Changed up my game plan. And then I just ran the bottom for like the first 10 laps in the back. Almost got lapped twice. And then at that, I think the lap 13 caution, I just turned it on, went up top. I was trying to hit top 1 and 2, bottom 3 and 4, and got up there pretty quick. And then, I was just avoiding the wrecks there and surviving.
What'd you like about your race car as a whole, though?
I like this was the first night this week I could run the top, and it was somewhat quick. It went away at the end. Just had nothing for Chad, though. He's just so quick here. I don't know what he does, but he's been quick almost everywhere we go. That was fun. I think the highlight there was I passed, I think it was Lacey on the top side 1-2, and then got Goldner in 3 and 4 on the bottom side. So I knew when that happened, I had a pretty good shot at getting up there on the podium, and I just need to keep it clean.
Who do you want to give shout-outs to?
Just you and the other booth boys for the awesome broadcast that you do each and every week here for Coast to Coast for the years you've been doing it. Jeff and Jack and Dean for putting this on, and Bill Calder. Hopefully he's feeling better. Roger for coming back racing tonight. Train was racing with Brandon, got a little unlucky there, but he came back up. And Dan Uncle back on watching.
Awesome, man. We'll let you go. Great week as a whole. Awesome job.
Thanks.
So that's our 2nd place finisher, Patrick Spangler, after starting from the back. And to victory lane we go to the man of the hour, Chad Griggs, Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals champion. How does it feel?
Feels awesome. Trying for, I guess I've run it the last 3 years. So come close a couple times, but had a little different mindset tonight, a little different strategy, and it worked out.
Well, I guess I'll ask you this then. What was the strategy as a whole? We knew you had the fastest car all week long, but early in the race, we noticed, that you weren't getting a lot of spots. Were you saving a little fuel maybe at the same time too? Because I heard you say at the end, 7 laps left.
100%. I wanted to make sure that I was good on fuel because early on I couldn't take myself up to the top and run hard up top and burn all that fuel. So I was watching my fuel and taking into consideration the caution laps, all that. And I was still, I always seemed to be when we hit a caution, I was 3 laps to the good, but I had been babying the throttle. So I was just trying to I wanted like a 5-lap buffer, and I finally got that 5-lap buffer on fuel when we were about 20 to go. So at 20 to go, I turned my fuel black box off, and I said, it's time to go. Preceding that, I just wanted to maintain top 3 or 4 spot and just do enough to maintain, but not fight for the lead or anything at that point. So when the fuel was good, with about 20 to go, I think was when I turned my black box off for the fuel. I said it was time to go. So that was when I started trying to get up to the front, get the lead, and then just settle into the bottom, because I knew that was where I was going to run the rest of the race, was on the bottom.
Well, how about that race for the lead when you made the pass? I think we had 5 cars under a blanket during that race. That was just incredible stuff.
It was a good race the whole time up front from what I saw. Even before I got the lead, it was good racing up there, good, tight, clean racing by everybody. Sometimes it got a little hairy, and I had to back myself down because I had to allow some more room so I could allow for people to make mistakes if it happened.
How are you going to celebrate this one tonight?
Sadly enough, I think I'm going to go to bed. I'm freaking exhausted.
Sound like me.
Oh, you have no idea. I mowed 9 acres of my grass in 100 degrees and about 164% humidity today.
That better you than me. I sat on my ass with a cat on my lap and a computer on my lap.
And probably put down practice laps. And
no, I did 20 practice laps. That's it.
Wow. I also would like to apologize to Spangler and Ross and anybody that was behind me on that last lap. My internet was giving me shit tonight. It never normally does, but I almost didn't think I was going to be able to race. It kicked me out.
Made it.
Sent me to the pits in the practice session.
Yep.
And then I ran the whole race and it was fine. And then I could see it was blipping out on like that second to last restart there or whatever. And I was like, oh no. And then it caused the issue. And I just want to apologize to them because, I mean, unfortunately, I don't know what I could have done. It's out of my control, but still it was me that caused it. And I hate that.
You're a good man, though, Chad. Who do you want to give shout-outs to before we let you go?
Thank you to you, Shaggy, to Dean, to all the C2C admins that make this thing work. It's a long week. It's a lot of work for everybody. And I understand that. I know what goes into it, and I appreciate that from all of you, all the admins and everybody with C2C. And thank the Steve King Foundation for helping out with this, all the sponsors that pour money and everything else into this. And thank my team, TJM, Trent Pullman for my rap, and Bowen Smith for helping me out and spotting me tonight.
Well, man, you deserve it. Knoxville Nationals champion. Enjoy this. Congratulations. Very happy for you. Well done.
Thanks, Marty.
Absolutely. Chad Griggs gets the job done here at the Knoxville Raceway. And as we sign things off, I'm turning on the cameras here once again for one final time. I know we got Rick in here still. Everybody's in here. So final thoughts. We're going to begin first with the man that set this all up here. One of the guys that set this all up, Dean Reynolds.
Oh, is that me, Marty?
Yes, that's you.
I'm sorry. First of all, my apologies to BD, man. I tried to stay off. I had such a good run coming out of it.
Don't you dare apologize to me.
Yeah. So, I felt like crap. I mean, it's like, I was actually trying to stay conservative, tried to save my tires, and I thought I saw your car twitch. I got out of it, but it was too late, and I got you and I spun you, and I'm so sorry, man. That just sucked.
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, but what a good run back. I mean, we both had good runs back. So, but thanks to everybody. I just did the PR work. The grunt work was Jeff Barker, Jack Hitt, and Bill Calder. Those are the 3 guys that did the grunt work, and especially Jeff Barker set up all the sessions and everything else, and that's not easy. And then try to go out and race, and that's why he wanted me to admin last night for Hard Rock so he could race. And I'm so glad to see him get a great finish. So that was really cool. So thanks to the Westbrook family for their support. If it wasn't for them, I think we probably doubled what we're going to donate. Thanks to the Westbrook family. Marty, thanks to you. Shaggy, thanks to you for doing the telecast. Robert, we wish you were here, but I know you can't do anything with the power out, and that sucks. And a lot of people had the power out, but I really enjoy. I know I whine, bitch, and complain a lot. I'm an old guy, and let me have my beef. but I really do enjoy doing this. I enjoy Coast to Coast. I like the sponsor. I like the people. I like everybody a part of it. And, this is a great event. And if I had a small part in making it successful, I'm proud.
Brandon?
Another fantastic event. Obviously, getting an incident there about midway, coming back. The longer the race went, my car just felt better and better, which made it sting a little bit more that I got taken out. Don't apologize again, Dean. It's fine. I love you.
We know what you actually wanted to say.
But no, it was fun all around. It was, at least from what I saw, fairly clean race, and I know we had quite a bit of cautions, but you'll get that in especially these long races. People just gotta go.
Tires are gone.
Tires are gone. My right rear was at 40%.
Jeez, I didn't even look at mine.
Zach, sorry.
No, all in all, thank you to everybody, all the sponsors, everybody behind the scenes. You for the broadcasts, and you and Zach for the broadcast all week long, doing an amazing job. Dean sitting in with y'all, doing everything behind the scenes as well. And all the sponsors, the Westbrook family, Steve King Foundation, everybody. I need a freaking typed out list of all this crap.
We should have done that, or taped it on a screen like Morano does, so when he gets to the podiums every race, he can read it off.
That's smart. Yeah, we really got to step up our stuff, man. No, just thank you to everybody for making this event what it is.
Zach?
Well, huge shout out to you, Marty, doing the heavy lifting here tonight. Letting me race this thing. Glad Dino thought of that. It was a lot of fun to.
I'm glad you did, Shaggy. You deserve it, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to get out there, go race, prove that maybe I don't suck as bad as I think I do sometimes. I'll take mid pack, but man, watching some of those guys whipping around here. I mean, Brandon, after he got wrecked, to see him drive by me like that, and you guys probably didn't catch that move. It gets me on the high side, throws a huge slider in 3 and 4, and gets the next guy in front of me. I mean, he was moving. Watching some of those guys move like that, that is what this is all about. Putting on a good show, having fun for charity. I mean, huge shout out to. You guys mentioned the Mike Westbrook's family, the Steve King Foundation, Dino, it can't be said enough. You did so much. Jeff Parker, Patrick Spangler, Jack Hitt, Bill Calder. Glad Bill's back. Hopefully he can race the next one with us next year. But once again, Marty, you're the man tonight. Thank you. You put on an amazing show as always, man. You should be proud.
Appreciate it, man. First off, shout out to our sponsors of this race, Full Throttle Motorsports, Lucky 7 Motorsports, Black Dirt Racing Company, Velocity Race Designs, Narc Racing League, Ty Dickinson, Mama Bear for putting up the hard charger, Just Racing Boys Designs, Vertex Graphics, Grand Slam Graphics, Finish Line Race Designs, BK Designs, Regal Wraps and Designs, A&J Custom Creations for the trophy, and most importantly, Westbrook Farms. This is a big event to them when we have the Mike Westbrook Memorial Knoxville Nationals. Looking forward to giving some money out to the Steve King Foundation a couple weeks from now. I know some of our C2CRL boys will be at the Knoxville Raceway, and I know normally in the past few years they've presented a check on, I can't wait to see what the amount's going to be once again. The admin team a part of this event, I guess we'll start off, he ran the procedures all night long. Dean Reynolds, hell of a job, whether it be driving or adminning. You put on a great week, that's for sure. Jeff Barker, Patrick Spangler, Jack Hitt, the rest of our admin team that do the work as well behind the scenes every single week. Well done. Another fantastic charity event, our best charity event every single year, and was a phenomenal one for sure. Real quick, one more thing before we do sign off for the night, just to promote Dean and I. If you enjoyed what you saw, make sure Saturday night either come out to Weed Sports Speedway or watch on Dirt Vision, Super Dirt Car Series, CRSA Sprint, some good action there. Dean and I will be having a lot of fun.
Be there. It'll be a great show.
Yes, we got a heck of a show.
If you can't make it, watch on Dirt Vision.
All weekend too, because we got that Saturday night and then the World of Outlaws Sunday night at Weed Sport with Big Blocks undercarding that. So We'll be having fun, though, that's for sure. So tune in for that or come out to the port. And with that being said, I think that'll conclude another great week of Knoxville Nationals action. So we'll resume things as normal Monday night on Monday Night Madness here on the Coast to Coast Racing Network. So stay tuned for that next week starting at 7 p.m. With that being said, time to say goodbye and bid adieu on this great week. On behalf of everyone at the Coast to Coast Racing Network, all the fine drivers and sponsors, and great group of admins, on behalf of my broadcast partners, Brandon Dittmer, Zach Chapman, Dean Reynolds, shout out Robert Hill Jr. as well all week long. I'm Marty Sakala saying so long. Congratulations, Chad Griggs, your Knoxville Nationals champion. So long, everyone.